In the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelver, a couple days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers had found something big, and that he'd pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelver. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with a warrior escort named Sildar Hallwinter, claiming he needed to arrive early to take care of business. You spent the last few days following the high road south from Neverwinter, and you've recently veered east along the Tribord Trail. You've encountered no trouble so far, but this territory can be dangerous. Bandits and outlaws have been known to lurk along the trail. Kind of, what are your marching order? Are you guys along the wagon? Are you kind of ahead of it, looking for
that
stuff?
question makes me nervous.
I'll be like 10 feet in front of the wagon.
Sure. What about you guys?
I'm just gonna sit in the back of the wagon.
Sure.
I'm lazy.
Is there?
Well, I guess.
We need someone has to be driving it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Right.
I guess I'm driving if everyone else is chilling.
Dexterity, so I don't know if we want
Cat would just veer off into the woods.
Oh.
Yeah. So everything's been clear for now. So why don't you guys kind of introduce yourself to the other members of your band and.
My name is Evandur Greycastle. I was an army officer before getting kicked out, and have since, through my travels, stumbled upon an paladin order, and I'm now following their creed in hopes of redemption. Specifically, just an opportunity arose itself. Everyone's got to live, and Arj over there said it might be a good idea to make some gold.
Well, I show the man the light. I mean, he has power, but I don't quite think it's refined yet, as it were. So, I'm kind of showing him the way. I'm here for religious reasons, of course. I mean, religion guides us all. We're here together for reasons. So I don't have a specific reason for being here other than what the gods have told me to do. Also, helping this idiot out sometimes can be a bit of a clump.
Thanks, buddy.
All
Yo,
right.
I have a question. Hey, George. So this adventure background, is this something we already all know?
Yes.
Okay.
That's essentially the part that I just told you.
Yeah, I mean, it's in your notes as well.
Just worded differently.
Yeah. Well, so the italicized part is literally what I just read. The rest of it is just a little bit of background about the town and everything.
Okay.
So, anyways, as your approach, as you make the round off the main road and onto the Tribord Trail, you notice up ahead of you a couple of dead horses.
I'm sorry.
So you've been on the Tribord Trail for about half a day, and as you come around the bend, you spot two dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it, and the woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. So you can't take the wagon through. Like the horses are in the way of the path. You see some arrows sticking out of them.
Can we tell just by looking at them how old these corpses are? Like a general idea?
Not from this distance.
All right.
Because you guys are about 50 feet away, right? So.
All right.
Because my first thought is that dwarf and his escort. They were on them. Yeah. They rode out this way.
Oh, I say we stop the car, have a look, determine how long.
I'm thinking bandits. If you want to play it cautious.
I mean, we might as well check what kind of arrows they are. If they appear to be made by someone who is doing them, second-handedly, or someone who's a professional fletcher.
How long ago was it that they rode out ahead of us? Was it a day?
They left a couple of days ahead of you.
A couple days. Okay.
Can I, see if I see anyone lurking in the woods, through perception or something?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
All right.
The woods get really thick here, and the embankments on either side of the road make it really hard. You don't see anything. You hear the rustling of the trees, but that's just the wind.
Right.
So you don't notice anything kind of out of place, other than obviously the dead horses.
I mean, I think our only logical step here is take a look at the horse carcass, figure out how long it's been here and what damage it is.
So I guess I'll approach it first, just in case anything happens.
Sure. So you get closer to the horses and you see the saddlebags have been looted,
Right.
and nearby there's an empty leather map case. Can I get all of you guys to give me a perception check?
Yeah. That natural 20 though. Another natural
What
20.
the- Wow,
Two
okay,
natural
so-
20s.
So
we know
so-
everything.
as Soul and kind of goes up closer to the horses, the two of you hold on, I need to figure out your characters' names. Is it Delgado?
Yeah.
Delgado and Leah both just kind of out of the corner of their eye suddenly see some movement in the woods, and all of a sudden a barrage of arrows comes out of nowhere and hits the party.
Fucking knew it.
So Soul and move to a random battle map here. So
yeah.
you didn't, you kind of checked out the woods a little bit in advance, but you didn't see anything.
Yeah.
So you're surprised when you come up to the horses.
Sorry,
Leah and
carry on.
Delgado are kind of in the back, and they try to shout a warning to you before, but it's too late. And so out of the bushes you see a bunch of goblins, about 4 of them, two kind of hanging back and firing arrows at you guys, and the other 2 charge towards Evander and Arjun. And these are probably the goblins that you saw or that looted this thing. So the goblin's gonna fire at you.
Okay.
10. That doesn't
Nope.
beat your armor class. All right, so he
Nope.
missed the first arrow. Whistles past your ear and kind of embeds itself in one of the like trees right beside you. And the second one takes aim and he fires 18.
Yeah, that my armor class is 18.
Yeah. So it kind of glances off the shoulder, but still embeds itself and breaks through your armor, and you take 5 piercing damage.
Fuckers.
And then the other 2 goblins, they're coming in to try to chop up these little baby men that they've surprised. So they're just gonna charge towards you, and they're just gonna end their turn there. So now, can I get everyone to roll for initiative?
While this is all happening, I go back to the other 2 behind us and say, I told you,
Ah,
fucking
shit.
idiot.
Did I
You fucking Radolf and aggro goblins. -1.
How?
Wait, do I have to click my token again? It says you
Oh,
want
I
to send the
think-
results of this
Yes,
Yes,
you have
turn
to click your
tracker.
token. You have to
I
click
rolled
your
a
token.
natural 1 and I have my -2 initiative overall, so I got.
There.
So you're at 1 basically. You're at 0 initiative.
Sorry, I forget how to do goblins. So
Yeah, they're fucking rolling it for initiative for fucking mobs is a pain in
I
the
know, and there's no button for it either. So
Yeah.
it's like, wow, they fucking failed. So they are in the correct order. They all have 3.
Great.
That's like the semi-worst part about D&D Domain is when like your fucking creatures just roll shit initiative. Like,
Yeah.
that ogre I made. Like,
guess
That's
it's-
great
rolled,
because
like 2.
your player survived. So.
All right, so Leah, you're up first. What would you like to do?
All right. I guess I'll just throw a firebolt at that man right there. Do I have trouble hitting him like around bro at the front?
Nope. It's a directly targeted spell, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep. So you hurl this ball of fire. Are you aiming at this closest one here?
I
He's aiming
was
at the
I
one
was
on the right.
yeah, I was aiming at the one on the right.
That one? Okay. Yeah. So you hurl this ball of fire, and you kind of hear it whiz by your ear, and it kind of singes the hair on your head, but nothing
My
else than that.
dreads.
And it impacts into the goblin. Roll for damage. So the goblin after that is looking pretty rough. He is not having a very good day.
All right, so I get an action, a move, and a bonus action every time I go, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All
So
right.
you've used your action.
All right. Well, I imagine the wagon is kind of just behind us here.
The wagon's about 25 feet to 30 feet behind you guys.
Dang
Does
it.
the horse reacted in any way to the sudden bolts of arrows? on us?
The 2 oxen, I mean, they're once you stopped holding the reins, they kind of stopped and they're just grazing on the grass. They're not really paying attention at all.
a bunch of little like doesn't really cause much alarm.
I was hoping my character was still kind of by
I don't
the
know if
wagon
you've
so I could
seen
hide
my dog.
behind it.
My dog hears the flaps of bird wings and he goes fucking insane. So I just wanted to make sure that these oxes were in a stable mind.
So we're
Yeah, no, they're too dumb
Okay.
to really notice anything.
we're all spellcasters except for Evander, right?
Yep.
Arj
I'm
is
fine.
is multi. He has good physical
I
capabilities
do
as well.
damage with my life.
Well, I mean, I'm just wondering who's the meat shield because I just want to
Evander
kind
is
of
the tank.
I just kind of want to hide right there. We go. Just get us right back to. Just get
I'm
us.
gonna
I
move.
imagine I probably have more health than the 2 spellcasters.
I mean, they're not big enough for you to hide behind. You'd be
Dang it.
standing behind them, but
I mean,
I'm
I am
I'm
a
just a
7-foot dragonborn.
All right, so there's there's like no strategic move I can make right now. We're just all out in the
No,
open.
you can't have cover, and even if you
I
have
mean-
cover, you still will take damage.
There would be
If they hit your
cover
AC.
if it was in like a specific circumstance. We're in the middle
So-
of an open field.
let me just give you an example. So this is the tree line here.
Ooh.
It's quite steep up there. Like it would be tough to climb up it
Aw.
low enough that you can jump down with no issues, but it because of the
So-
embankment, it's quite steep.
I hate to be the confusing one here, but would we see these goblins up top? Or...
Yeah, are they
you
in
know
there?
that they're there, but they have cover.
All right, so can I just move right here?
So you can use 2 of your movement to get there. Give me a climbing check.
All right, where's that little window at?
An athletic. It'll be athletics.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're fine. It's only about
I'm
5 feet high.
experienced
So
in
you
this
just,
field.
you scrabble yourself up there. You can move about 15 or
My
10 more
pants
feet.
slip a
I'll
little
say.
bit.
Speaking of experience, Arj is a god at climbing. Just so we're aware.
All right. Well, I don't. I still. I'm kind of on a low cliff, kind of next to some trees right now, right?
No. So you're in the trees now.
Okay. All right. I'll stay right there.
All right. So
I don't want to be hit.
Delgado, you're up. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I would like to grapple the goblin.
You're not. Shut up.
The warlock upper body strength.
What do you want to do?
1 sec. I'm trying to think how I want to do this.
Yep.
I'm gonna move right there first.
Sure. And
Yeah.
you are allowed to break up your movement. You don't have to use it all at once. So that's fine. Just so you know.
And then
So you
I'm,
move, let's say 5, 10, you like 15 feet.
Yeah, he moved 15.
yeah, 15. And then I want to hit the one that's already injured with Eldritch Blast.
All right. We'll just roll with Eldritch Blast. Roll to hit that. So you just click the Eldritch Blast button. There you go. Yeah. So you kind of the goblin's already injured. He's limping. So you shoot out just a necromantic blast of energy. It hits him right in the face. So roll for damage there. Yeah. And as that impacts with the goblin, you see him just kind of crumple to the ground. He's dead.
Okay.
So you've got about 15 more feet of movement. And or if you have a bonus action, you can use that. Other than that,
I don't remember. Do I have bonus action? I don't know how to tell.
you don't unless something specifically says it can be cast as a bonus action.
You might get them as like a feat, and
yeah.
later on you get like really cool shit when you can.
As a
stuff.
house rule, I am stealing critical roles in that taking a health potion for yourself is just a bonus action, not a full action. So you
Okay,
can chug a-
perfect.
You can
Okay,
chug a
and I'm
potion.
gonna just move back
Sure. Using the rest of your movement. So,
behind the person whose name I can't fucking say.
Arj.
Oh.
So you kind of, you pop out
Just
behind Arj, just focus on this injured goblin and just completely incinerate him. He's a pile of bones on the ground, and then you kind of, duck back behind the cleric. So now we're up to Evander. What would you like to do?
I guess I could pretty much just attack this goblin in front of me.
Is that? Oh, you rolled. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, he's not very dexterous or armored, so you just cleave right into him, taking a huge chunk of his HP. Like you cleave his arm clean off, and he's really hurt. He's looking really bad.
I use my bonus action to spit in his wound.
It's not a bonus action. I'll let you do that for free.
Oh, snap.
You do the Witcher Free thing where he chugs a potion against a vampire, but yours is just like flames. So you chug a potion of flame and then spit in him.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Do you wanna do anything else?
Like a Witcher.
No, I'm fine actually.
All right.
I
So
don't
now
think
it's
there's anything else.
the goblin's turn to go. So this goblin that's right near you, Evander, he, enraged at the loss of his arm, he goes to just kind of, hit back.
All right.
17?
Nope.
No? Okay, so he just, he's totally mad about this arm, and it was probably his good arm. You saw him kind of throw the sword over to the other one, and he swings wildly, and it just goes rushing by. And then as he does that, he's gonna, seeing that he's vastly kind of overpowered, he disengages from you, and now he's gonna run away.
Fuck no. Reaction.
Nope, you can't.
I can with Sentinel, and that's a feat I picked.
Okay, sure.
Even
What
if
what
they
does that
take
do?
the disengage
Yeah.
action before leaving, I can still do that shit. So
Yeah.
just roll again for damage.
Nope. You have to roll the hit
Oh.
still.
Oh, I mean for
Uh,
hitting, whatever. I rolled
Hold
a
on,
lot
hold
but
on.
again. I'm like,
Creature speed becomes 0.
yep.
It doesn't allow you an attack of opportunity. It just makes him so he can't move.
Oh.
Creatures provoke opportunity attacks even if they take
Oh, okay,
disengage
yeah,
action
no, you're right.
before
Yep.
leaving your reach. Yeah,
Yep. So
I can.
roll to hit him. Yep. So you hit him, and he had 1 HP, so you didn't have
Cut him
you
in
didn't have
fucking half.
So he's gone. So now this goblin here in the top right, he's gonna seeing his friend cut down right in front of him. He's gonna in a rage fire at you, Evander.
All right.
8.
Nope. Not even close.
Arrow whizzes behind you, kind of goes right by Arge as well, and the goblin, seeing this, he decides to hide, so he's gonna try to slink away into the darkness. So he just totally disappears from your view. You have no idea where he might have went. And then this other goblin, he's gonna also take a pot shot at you again, Evander, seeing his friend cut down affected him.
All right.
Yeah, emotionally. That was his brother-in-law. He just
19?
killed his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this one, finally, these useless goblins finally managed to make something work. It flies into you, and you take 6 piercing damage.
I'm almost dead, boys.
And then this goblin as well, sensing blood, he's gonna hide. As he goes to hide, Leah kind of spots him ducking into a bush and is able to call out where he is. And you see him kind of slinking towards you guys. So now it's Arge's turn.
Well, first things first, I am going to walk about here.
Sure.
I'm going to pat Evander on the shoulder and be like, not yet, friend.
All
Cast
right.
healing word on him, which is a bonus action.
How
All
much
right, so,
damage did he take?
As Arge touches your shoulder, you feel strength returning to you. You heal 4 hit points.
4.
That one's
Rat
actually
noise?
word, so you don't have to touch him, but it's fine.
I know, well, I wanted
did anyways.
RP.
Yeah. Yeah.
The intimacy.
We're getting
And
there,
then
boys.
I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the goblin that Lee is able to point out to one,
Is that
which is just an action.
Sure.
60-foot distance. So
sure? So it has to succeed a dexterity throw. He rolled a 20, not a natural 20, just a 20. So is that higher than your spell DC? Yes, it is. So he takes 4 radiant damage. So as you fire this blast of energy, you see the goblin kind of duck behind a boulder really quick, and he still gets hit, but he it kind of glances off, and he's looking a little worse for wear, but he's not doing terribly. So that is both. You can use the rest of your movement to go somewhere, or you can.
I mean, I think I'll just move a little bit closer to it.
So now we come back up to the top of the order, Leah. So you see this goblin crouching. He's crouching behind a boulder, kind of
Crouching in
peeking
the
out.
corner. Praying that we won't find him. But I'm
What do
coming
you
for
wanna
him.
do?
So I can cast cantrips as much as I want, right? Like just once per turn, but I can do it as
Well, it
often.
costs an action. It costs an action,
All
but
right.
it doesn't use a spell slot or anything.
Right. All right. That's all I need to know. So here we come with another firebolt.
All right, so roll for that. Roll with disadvantage because he is hiding.
Fine. Oh wait.
So
Is
roll
that?
just roll again.
Yeah.
And take the lower one.
Whoa.
Well, 16 was the next one anyway. So, yeah.
Okay.
So
So 16 hit.
you fire this blast of energy at this goblin who's crouching behind this rock, and it goes straight through the rock, shattering the rock, and just impacts into the middle of his chest. So roll for damage.
I mean, it was strong enough to go through a rock. I think he's dead.
And you would be correct. You know, you see this bolt of energy just kind of, and the goblin kind of just looks down at this hole that has just punctured through his chest, and he is well and truly gone.
We get that Skyrim kill cam.
So now you know there's another goblin somewhere. You don't know where. He's kind of slinking in the bushes. But is there anything else you want to do? You can't see him.
I think I'll just move up around there.
Delgado, you're up.
Okay, I want to move here. And can I do a perception check?
Sure.
For him?
Yeah. Okay. Wow. I'm actually really surprised. Yeah. So as you know he was kind of somewhere around here, so you start to scan the bushes, and all of a sudden you notice a little bit of movement that is not just wind, and you see the goblin here, and you make eye contact, and you can tell he's terrified, and remember, this is kind of like high. You gotta
5 more feet.
The perception check was his action?
Yes, yeah, because
Okay.
you have to take the whole action to kind of search for this. You're in the middle of a battle.
All right.
So if you're gonna climb up there, can you just give me an athletics check really quick?
Sure.
Has the goblin figured out that we've seen him yet?
Yeah, he made it. He saw Delgado. So yeah, I mean, you scramble up there, no problem. It's a really low cliff, just enough to kind of pose a bit of a challenge. And you're now
Alright.
kind of amongst the trees on this high embankment. Is there anything else you want to do?
And I don't have any bonus actions, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll shout like the location of where it is to everyone else.
Sure. Yep. All right, Evander, you're up.
Right. Gonna move right over her and attempt to climb this
Sure.
middle hill.
Just give me an athletics check.
Yep.
Yeah, no problem. It's like I said, it's just a slight embankment. You scramble up there, no problem.
I wanted to like climb in yay direction and kind of get in front of Delgado. All good.
Yeah, you can go. You can move through allies' spaces. You just can't end in the same spot.
And I'll end my turn there.
All right. So this goblin, he realizes he's been seen. He sees a full party of 4 just take out his buddies, and he just takes off running. So you see him kind of book it, and he just disappears, and he's escaped.
Dang it.
Can
That's,
we loot the goblins?
Can I just throw my axe up in the air and just like?
You don't want to lose it.
and then I just hear the goblin go, "Oh, they got him, guys!"
Just dive for it.
Are goblins edible?
They are not. No. So yeah.
Just
So
follow
you
tape.
you defeated those goblins. I mean, pretty handedly. The one got away. You saw him run off into the woods, kind of to the northeast, and you hear him running for a good long while, but he's long gone.
I don't like this at all.
Were we able to loot the goblins and find anything useful?
I mean, you look around. Their weapons are all
Crude.
trash. Like
A stick.
the one goblin you see kind of has a sword that looks like it might have belonged to some sort of adventurer, but it's it's pockmarked. It looks like it was stored in a fucking puddle. It's all rusted and falling apart.
Alright.
None of them are wearing any armor. Nothing useful, and
No gold in their pockets.
no, and no sign of. You saw that empty map case. No sign of them holding the map. Yeah, and as you look now that you have some time and you kind of look closer at the horses, you recognize them as Gundr and Sildar's horses.
Oh.
But no sign of any body. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm just gonna heal Evander.
So you can heal 6 there. So you're feeling a lot better
Whew.
after your skirmish. Those goblins really didn't like the look of your shiny paladin armor.
That piercing damage right through the armor, fucking.
Yeah. It's nice to have a a shield and shit, but yeah. So you've healed up real nice. So
Guys.
so let me just describe kind of what you're seeing. So you've got the
no.
oxen are stopped behind you. They didn't even notice that this fight was going on. They're just grazing on some grass. The one goblin escaped. He kind of ran into the woods and kind of disappeared. The other 3 are just strewn right where they fell. You looked at their bodies. You didn't find anything on them. They're just poor goblins. So
How long have we been traveling since our last rest at this point?
since your last rest,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you guys have along the high road. It was, you were passing travelers all the time, and
Yeah.
so you felt pretty safe just stopping on the road.
But,
There's plenty of supplies, so
Has it been
probably
like 10 hours or like 2 hours
Well,
since we woke up?
you look up. It's about midday right now.
So it hasn't been that long. All right.
No.
Now, those
You kind of
goblins...
made a point to.
We're
Sorry,
absolutely sure it's midday.
Yep. One of you
Absolutely sure.
has a talent that actually tells them exactly.
Yeah,
what time
that's
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah. So it's not exactly midday, but you'd say it's about.
Okay.
All right.
You've got enough time to make it to Phandelver or, anything else you want to do.
Go ahead.
The arrows, the goblins shot arrows at us in the beginning, right? And now were
Yep.
those arrows matching the same arrows we saw in these dead horses?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
They're black feathered arrows.
Guys, I'm real worried about this because those goblins were pushovers, and yet somehow they took out this soldier and dwarf man. This is not looking good.
Well,
You got
we
some
don't see
time.
their
You could
bodies,
look around a little
so
bit.
they're not. We don't know if
There
they're
are
dead
there
yet.
are triple our numbers compared to him. That dwarf is useless.
Yeah. Well,
Right,
so as you're kind of sitting here discussing this, you notice like a couple animals taking the same trail that goblin took.
Ooh.
So that kind of catches your eye. You wander over, and you notice a bunch of footprints. Can one of you give me a survival check?
All right, I'm coming in hot.
Who's got the hot survival?
You kind of look. You can't quite make out the footprints. You see, it could be, you don't know if it's deer or goblins or what, but you do interestingly see, it looks like something has kind of been dragged from there, along that path, like quite heavy, like maybe sacks of grain or something like that.
All right.
Hmm.
And you kind of look at the trail. The trail kind of winds through the woods. You can't see where it ends up, but it goes a fair distance, and it's a pretty clear trail.
Hey,
Can I
its
perception
survival's pretty
roll to
good.
see if I can see the fresh Goblin Trail.
Sure. Give me a survival roll.
Survival.
The one from the goblin that just ran.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you kind of look. Leah and her. You kind of go up to look, and as you're looking, you kind of stumble, and you actually kind of wipe away a lot of the tracks, so making it pretty much impossible to figure out what it was.
And you said I'm the dumb one, Arj.
Dude, what are you doing? I was trying to study these tracks.
Yeah, and you kind of, as Leah's kind of looking, she thinks she might spot something, and you just see this 7-foot tall dragon just plop his ass right down in front of you, kind of face buried in the dirt. And
We don't need your foolish tracking Bahamut.
The fuck?
Right.
I give him a dirty
yeah.
look. I roll for dirty.
We'll follow the trail then, I guess.
all right, so
Interesting catches
are
an
you-
eye.
how are you guys walking? Are you all single file? Who's kind of who's in front here and stuff?
I mean, the only thing I'm concerned about now is we're leaving that cart behind.
I mean, after the battle, I mean, you saw the ox. They were totally happy.
I mean,
You actually see you see kind of a clearing where you could pull the cart up. It would be kind of hidden behind a few bushes,
Yeah.
not fully hidden, but someone coming along wouldn't.
All right, put him behind some
Spot it.
trees.
And we can't move forward because of the dead horses. They're blocking the road, you said,
I
right?
mean, I could like.
Well, now that
We
you have
could
time, I mean, you
move
could.
them
Yeah,
out
we
of the
could
way.
move them, but we didn't find the bodies of those two, so they might
No.
be around.
Yeah.
If that's homie's horse and
And
he's
you did
our-
recognize it as their horses.
yeah, and that's our pay, I'd
Mhm.
rather try to find him.
Sure. So are you guys gonna follow the trail?
Can I? Huh.
You mean the trail he destroyed?
Well,
There is a path.
I mean, I saw the general direction before he freaking
Can-
came and laid down and
the
did some
path is
angels
quite
in it.
clear. It's easy
I'm
to
not
follow.
going to
the path.
clear the entire track for the Goblin. I'm
Can
big,
I-
but I'm not that.
Can I stealth? Like, can I follow the trail in stealth?
Sure. Give me a stealth check. All of you roll stealth. I'm assuming you're all going with them.
I ain't
Or-
going with him. Fuck that.
What you?
Roll my -2
Well,
dex.
he could be the rogue agent where it's like all of us are walking down the trail, but he's sneaking
Oh,
along
the
in
friend
the
to come
trees
back.
outside of sight.
You're gonna split up, really? Okay.
No, not
That's
split
fine.
up. Like he's like just 5-10 feet to our left behind the trees.
I'm gonna just stay like 20 feet, 30 feet behind him, and he can
Okay.
do the whole stealth
is
bullshit.
Soul in the lead, or who's in the
Yeah,
who's in the lead?
yeah, I'm in the lead, of course.
All right. So as you guys are following this trail, it leads kind of, it starts to curve towards the northwest. Delgado is pretty familiar with directions and the sun, and so he's got a pretty good feeling about what direction you guys are heading. It's after about 10 minutes of walking, you kind of Soul, out of the corner of your eye, you see a bunch of leaves right in the middle of the track that looks quite suspicious. And and since you're being stealthy, you kind of walk up to it really carefully, and you notice that it's actually a snare trap. It's pretty crudely done. Probably you assume it's set by goblins.
Right.
But so you're able to point it out. Everyone else kind of walks just fine around it. No issues.
Wait, so there's a thing under there, like a little contraption?
Yeah, it was a snare trap.
Alright, steal
and
that sucker.
You kind of follow the rope, and you see that if you had stepped in it, it would have swung you up, and you'd be kind of dangling above the front. It just leads to some trees. But Soul is able to see right through that.
All right. Fuck that trap.
So you guys, you keep walking down the path. Soul, can you give me a perception check? Yeah. So Soul, as you're walking, you see a bird or something, and you get a little bit distracted. And next thing you know, you're falling, kind of out of this, all of a sudden you're on solid. First thing you know, you're on solid ground. Next thing you know, you're just falling. So can you give me a dexterity check?
I let out a little gasp.
As you're falling, you manage to just catch yourself and do like a roll, save yourself. So you fell, and you kind of look around. You see, it was obviously a really crudely done pit trap, but because of your roll, you were able to just roll out of it, and you're fine. And the walls are quite sloping. They didn't dig like a straight hole, so you're fine. You're able to just clamber right out of that, just like normal. Yeah, you actually did a pretty nice roll. It was pretty sick.
Leah likes
So,
this.
On my way down.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you start to near the end of the trail, and you hear some flowing water, and you see a cave kind of start to open up in front of you. So when you arrive, you see that you see this trail. You come across a large cave in the hillside, about 5 miles from the ambush. A shallow stream flows out of the cave mouth, and it's screened by dense briar thickets. A narrow, dry path leads into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream.
I don't suppose my character has any familiarity with this cave, being from this neck of the woods.
You're
There
not
you
from
go.
this neck of the woods.
You
You're from
are you
way
able
north.
I'm from
so-
Eastern Neverwinter Woods.
We're not in the
Nope,
Neverwinter woods.
This is
You've never-
Neverwinter Woods?
You've never seen this place before. You have no idea.
Dang.
I mean, it's just a cave in the middle of nowhere. It's not surprising you've never come up to it.
I guess.
All right.
So you see kind of over to this area, you see some dense briar thickets, and right here is kind of a path leading into the cave next to this. The river's not flowing super fast. You could ford it pretty easily.
Can I just like move my character right over here?
Where are
Like,
you?
chilling. Right here.
I
Do I have
mean-
to like use my movement, or are we like out of combat? Just like,
No, I mean you don't see any goblins. You assume the goblins came through here.
can I walk along the river here, like near the woods?
I mean you can.
I can't just cross like straight away, like right over here,
Sure.
and like stick to the woods.
Sure.
Sweet. Right. So, as I make my way across, can I stealth right here?
Right there. Sure. Give me a stealth check.
He's a paladin, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Freaking
Not a very stealthy one right now,
Freaking, like, is he a rogue? 'Cause-
though. No,
he's a
proficient
paladin.
with heavy
That's
armor.
what was confusing me the whole time too. I just
He dual
I'm
class.
proficient with heavy armor, yo. It doesn't like I'm good in it. And I've got decent enough dex where I get a little bit of a bonus. So do I stealth?
You hide yourself as well as you think you
As I
can.
can. All right.
It's not a success fail. I'll just,
Right.
out of game, all I do is I roll against perception if anyone would see you.
Yeah. Right. So rest of the party.
We'll say you get to there when all of a sudden you hear some kind of screeching from behind you, and right behind you, you turn around and you see two goblins. They were supposed to be keeping lookout, but they weren't really paying attention. So you know, kind of on the east side of the stream, flowing from the cave mouth, that small area, it was clearly formed to be a lookout post, and there's wooden planks flattening out the briars. The guards are standing there watching the area, but they were totally not paying attention until you came around. They heard you splashing through the water.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
And so now they've seen you. Neither one of you is surprised. You kind of both
we just
notice
see
each other at exactly the same time. So roll for initiative. Okay, so you come up. Evander kind of, he's in the front, so he notices them first, and the goblins they're really slow to act. So he gets up, and so what do you want to do? You're now in combat.
Well, seeing as how my party is nowhere near being able to attack them.
No, these thickets here.
Yeah.
You look. There's no way you could get anything through there.
Right.
At least not from your side.
I'm moving. I kind of want to be between these two blocks, but I guess can I move here and I'll be like right at that corner?
You can't move into this block. By the way.
No, I know. I kind of wanted to be like right where
he
they
wants to be on the shore.
Yeah, like right on the shore. I just want to.
We'll consider you on the shore there.
Yeah, because I want to make them come to me.
Yeah, I mean, remember it's 5 by 5, right? And so that just represents the space that you control with your arms, not that you take up. So you're fine there. Yep.
Yeah. So or anything. I'm like right there on the shore, like around the corner.
Sure. Do you want to do anything else, or?
They don't.
You only use 5 of your movement,
more, right?
No. They do. They have flattened this, and they can attack through from that side.
Oh, I did not know that. Never mind. I thought it was like that's just like no. Like
no,
you can't.
They've made it so that it's almost like in castles when they have those arrow slots.
Yeah.
So they're close enough up they can shoot through, but you don't think you would be able to get an arrow through there.
I'd like to yell nasty things at this one right over here.
Are you
trying to intimidate him? Yeah, I'm trying to intimidate him. So did I intimidate homie?
What is intimidation again? Fuck, I need to remember this shit.
They get disadvantage against me, I'm pretty sure. Or against...
I know, but they don't automatically get intimidated. I'm trying to...
Yeah, I know. You have to save against it.
Charisma? Yeah, it's a charisma save.
Probably.
And they see us, Jules.
Yes, they can see you through those thickets. So this one, he sees you, and just like he sees this bellowing human just kind of shaking his sword. He sees
I'm
some
telling
blood.
him he's gonna rip his arms off and shit.
Yeah, he sees blood dripping off your sword, and he knows one of his buddies just came running by, saying like they're talking about you, and he's terrified. So he is very scared of you right now.
All right. So as my movement, after shouting nasty things, I'm gonna move back a bit.
Sure.
No, I'm not gonna move back. Sorry, I'm staying there.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, and I'm just gonna yell at my party that there are two goblins right around this corner.
Sure. So they know there's two goblins, but there's no way they could actually make an accurate attack against them.
Yeah, but they're aware.
Yep, but they know. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys hear him yelling back about these goblins. So Delgado, you're up. What do you want to do?
Did it take extra movement to go across the river?
No, it's pretty slow moving. Pretty you can just walk right across.
Shallow.
Okay.
You just get a little wet.
There.
Splash a little bit.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I mean you could fall down right in it, and you don't think that you would actually even drown. Like it's not deep enough for that. So.
A little stream.
Yeah, it's a tiny little stream.
Is this the one that he shot?
That's the one I intimidated.
That's the icon means.
You come around the corner and you see these two goblin guards, or they were supposed to be until they, started playing cards or whatever, and all of a sudden you see this one kind of in the corner, cowering, terrified of Evander, yelling about ripping his arms off.
Let's see, what is the other spell I have too? I want to try it.
Are you asking me? Sorry.
No, I'm just reading it.
Yeah. Okay.
You
I was just making. I didn't
Queens.
think you were asking, but it got quiet, so I was just making.
Yeah, I'll try doing chill touch, but I'll do it on this one instead.
Sure. Hit me with that shit.
I gotta close this gear.
So
Oh no.
so you start to formulate this ghostly skeletal hand right next to the goblin, and you get ready to kind of launch it at him, and the goblin sees it, and all of a sudden he does that Gimli thing where he just starts waving his hands and blowing, and it just disappears, and the spell's gone. So you missed him.
Oh my god. I
He
saw
does
that
like
from
that.
over here in Delgado.
Well,
Oh no.
all you saw was you saw Delgado kind of waving his hands and then looking really mad and disappointed. And then he kind of, with holding his head down, he kind of just crosses across the stream, shaking his head. Leah, you're up.
All right. I thought I was gonna chill back. Look,
And-
I thought these guys had it covered, but I guess not. So I gotta step in over here. All right. How far are this man? All right. So I could go over to the same spot he was at, right?
Yep.
From here, no problem.
Mhm.
Get not the ruler. Get this man.
There
Hey,
you
I
go.
can see.
Yeah.
a
So as
miracle.
you come around, you see two goblins. You see this one in the bottom, kind of cowering.
All right. That's the
terrified.
intimidation icon.
The other one just got done with dissipating this ethereal hand and is kind of looking around, wondering what's
He's
gonna happen next.
confused.
I think he's probably praying to whatever god he believes in and thanking him that didn't work. So what do you want to do?
We're a circus.
All right. Neither of them have been damaged yet, right?
No.
You look. You don't see any wounds on any of
They're
them.
just confused and
Now,
you see the one
intimidated.
when he got yelled at by Soul, kind of tumbled back into the briars and got a few cuts, but nothing. He didn't. You don't think it would hinder him at all.
now the intimidated goblin. Do I get advantage on that guy because he's intimidated, or do I interrupt the intimidation if I hit him, or flip?
Oh fuck!
flip,
I actually
flip?
know. I actually have it right here. You guys all do too. It's under conditions.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's actually right nearby where I am in the appendix.
He's frightened, so he has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and he can't willingly move towards Evander.
Okay.
Yeah, he's stuck back there.
Okay, but his defense is fine. All right. So
Uh,
I'm gonna hit
Well,
the other
he
one
has
then.
disadvantage on saving throws.
on saving throws.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
if you
saving
cast a
throws-
spell that says
Sorry.
he makes a dex save, but yeah, he's not any easier to hit.
But he's less of a threat. So it's like if I want one of these goblins to die right now, I'm
Well,
thinking I want the one that
you
can
look
still
at him-
make a
you
strong
look at him
roll.
And in his eyes, he's not going anywhere near Evander.
I
There's no
ju-
way.
Yeah.
Nothing could cause him to willingly charge towards this terrifying mass of armor and steel.
I see that man and I recognize that he is already defeated within. So I don't
So
care.
what do
That
you
guy
wanna
is irrelevant. So I attack this other man. This guy
Yep.
who still thinks he's hot stuff. That man's goner.
Shut the
Coming in with the firebolt.
All right, that's a roll to hit. Yeah, so you conjure this flame and fire it at this goblin, and it just kind of it whizzes right by him, and it lights a little bush on fire, kind of in the back.
Does it spook him? They go, oh.
I mean, he actually, if anything, he looks like emboldened after seeing this.
Like first
whiff of a
a
spell.
magic
He's-
show with
he's
the chill touch.
He's feeling really pumped. Actually, I mean, he feels blessed. He just saw 2 spells whiz by him, and so he is excited.
He's
he
like,
looks
I got
at
the
you
look
and
of the gods on my side. The
He
goblin
gnashes
god.
his teeth at you, and
He would like to rage.
yeah. So anything else?
I walk over to Delgado, give him a look, give him
You
a
don't
look
have
like,
that much movement.
dang it! All right, well I
So, do you
I
wanna
know
use your bonus
Delgado's
action
looking at
or
me.
anything?
I know Delgado's looking at me, so I give him a look like, all right, maybe we should both be
All right.
training more.
Now this goblin is gonna go. This one here, him seeing his friend, being totally terrified, he decides, I just saw these guys totally fucking whiff. Like they can't hurt me, and he's gonna charge and right into here, and he's gonna attack you, Evander.
Alright.
Oh,
He swings wildly. He gets a 7, and it just clangs off your shield. You put up your shield right at the last second. and all of a sudden this kind of sureness that you saw in his eyes kind of starts to disappear. He goes, "Oh shit, maybe
Very
I'm not
fucked
so
up.
ready."
I didn't.
Yeah. So then this goblin in the back, he's terrified, but he figures, I'll take a pot shot at Evander from kind of way back here. So he kind of aims his bow, pulls it back, and the arrow just goes flying. You hear it clatter into the stream behind you. He was so terrified he barely took the time. You're surprised he even put an arrow on the bow because he's just so worried. But and then you see him kind of dart into the woods and hide. And you see him and he vanishes out of nowhere. You have no idea where he might have gone. So I just want to make a note. These woods are not impassable terrain. They're just difficult.
Yeah.
So half move.
Yeah. Unless you have something that, so
Favorite terrain.
with that second goblin disappear, this one kind of he turns around and goes, "What the fuck? Like where'd you go?"
My
but
Brubert.
he's focused on Evander. He's ready to go. So now it's you, Arch. The slowest motherfucker on earth.
Oh, so are we
Fat
far?
dragon.
Okay.
It's not my fault you have ass dexterity, you idiot.
I mean,
I'll be right back.
Except it
He's
is.
just like Pike.
Yeah,
Just always rolling last.
essentially,
I mean,
yeah. Except Pike is
there's
compelling.
literally nothing I can do than just walk. So I'm gonna go here.
You're currently in a
Um,
T formation with Evander at the bottom and Delgado on your left.
Okay.
So you hear these spells going left and right, and you finally round the corner and you see one goblin, but nothing else. There's just the one.
Well, I guess I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame at him. This chance I can do.
Alright.
Don't use hand moves. He blows them out.
Why is this goblin still alive?
Hit me with that shit. So you start conjuring this flame, and is that, do you have to hit or is it just a saving?
It's DC save, isn't it?
Yeah, just to save.
Do you automatically hit?
Yeah.
Yes, you
but-
automatically. Yeah. So you conjure
just
this
save.
flame, and it just all of a sudden he's immolated all of a sudden, and he lights on fire. You see him at the last second, kind of try to jump out of the way, but you predicted that, and it smacks him right in the face, and he takes his damage. You've used most of your movement and your
can
action.
I move?
You can move in. Sure.
Here.
Sure.
It's getting my turn. Until next year, guys. Nice plan of you.
Evander, you're up.
Right. Even with this little bush right there, can I still attack him?
You
being
can
5?
attack through there. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to cut him in half.
You after terrifying that other goblin and seeing him run away, you're feeling pretty good about yourself. So you pull back your sword, and same thing that happened to you. The goblin right at the last second puts up his shield, and it just deflects off there. And
14 doesn't hit. All right.
No.
Good to know.
they're pretty nimble guys.
Nimble with a shield.
You look and you notice these ones are a lot better equipped than the ones that
Now that this one,
like you see this one's wearing some, it's still shit, but it's patches of armor, and this, these two are carrying shields, and they're
okay.
clearly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Delgado, you're up.
Sprinted over there, just
Just hopped over us.
You teleport.
frenzied rage.
Yeah.
Can I not see that other guy still?
No one knows where he is. He is total, like he walked into those woods and vanished.
What the fuck?
He can't walk up to me, so I think we're all.
I'm gonna try using the what the fuck was I trying to use? Chill touch. Yeah, that was the one.
Okay. Sure. Roll that. Yeah. So you start conjuring this bolt of lightning, or this hand again, and you launch it out at him, and just at the last step, and he kind of backsteps and gets out of the way of it. And it goes whizzing by him into the trees. I'm actually surprised at how tough these goblins are.
He's got the look of the gods, I'm telling you.
He's a goblin. Yeah. He's got like a fucking troll's AC.
More like a godlin.
Oh my god. He's
Yeah,
a chosen one. That's what it is.
All right, Leah, you're up.
I mean, clearly with our fucking
snap.
rolls.
He's the chosen of the god of gods. All right. So even though Dragon Man's right in front of me, I could probably easily still hit Fireball on them.
No, I mean, Arj could just step out of the way while you cast your spell.
Or I lean to the right, he leans to
Yeah,
the
you
left.
don't think.
Maybe
yeah,
I
you
give him
don't-
a little hug, give him a little touch.
I mean, there's always the danger, but you look at it, you figure you're just as likely to hit Delgado as anyone else. So, if something goes wrong, it'll go wrong, but it's not gonna. So.
All right,
You
I
feel-
guess
and
I'm
you
just
feel pretty
another firebolt for this remaining goblin.
Sure.
Thank
so that auto hits, right? Doesn't it?
Firebolt?
Oh no, bolt is different.
No, just the
ball
same
auto
spell as
hits.
always. And I do a trick shot through his legs.
Yeah,
I get
so,
that goblin in the groin.
You conjure this spell, and the goblin, he's still feeling pretty confident about dodging that last attack. He doesn't even see it, just streaking towards him, and it impacts him right in the chest. Roll for damage,
Nice.
and it's just total annihilation. He's
Literally
he
cinders.
bursts into flames, and he's a pile of ashes. He's totally gone.
I get an overkill bonus.
No loot.
Oh no, is the loot the loot just get evaporated by my awesome power?
Oh, and sorry,
Lovely.
by the way, everyone should have 75 XP for discovering the hideout and everything.
Did we
Did
get
any
XP
for
from the first
last
one?
Battle?
You have 75, so just add
In total?
75 to everyone.
75 total right now.
Including for these goblin we just made.
These
Oh,
ones aren't
real
worth any
quick.
XP.
Dang.
Actually,
I burnt his
comes-
EXP up too? Oh no.
What's all?
when it comes to leveling, are we gonna do that like on the fly or during short or long rests?
I mean, you're not going to level up in a fight, but I'm not going to say you have to rest. Well, I'll say
yeah.
on long
During, like,
rests.
between fights or like during either short or long. I
Yeah,
don't know.
whenever there's a chance where you could conceivably,
Like
practice.
read a
up.
book real quick or something.
Yeah,
So
or
we're doing
commune
Morrowind.
with the gods.
Cool.
So you're done. Now it is the invisible goblin's turn. After kind of disappearing into the woods, Soul, he once he knew you couldn't see him anymore, he got pretty bold, and he's not afraid of you anymore.
Motherfucker made a save.
So he comes charging out. It's actually, well, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah.
He has
so
that much movement.
Oh God, yeah. He comes charging out of the woods, teeth gnashing, and he takes a wild swing with his scimitar with a 14. I'm assuming that just whizzes. You kind of duck down, and it goes right over top of your head, and
Yep.
he kind of, as he does that, he notices his friend has just vanished. He doesn't know where he went.
Smells
he
like
gets-
chicken.
He gets terrified, so he's gonna try to disengage and run away. You have your thing.
I'm gonna reaction his ass.
Yeah. So his speed is reduced to 0 this turn. You get a reaction shot on him.
No.
So you see the fear in his eye, and he kind of looks around, he dodges out of the way, but that took all of his energy. He's kind of panting, and he can't run away this turn anymore. So we're up to Arj. Wake up, cat! It's you.
I cast Sacred Flame on the goblin in an aggressive
Wait.
manner.
After me, isn't it Delgado?
Not according to this, it ain't. I don't know why, but it says Arj. Well, it wasn't just you though. You didn't just go.
No,
You
no,
reacted.
Arch.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
it's-
That's right. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now,
right.
yeah.
Sacred Flame on this fucker boy's ass.
Okay.
Roll it again.
Sacred Flame. No, he just has to make a dex save and throw.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I just want to use the automatic roll.
So he exhausted from dodging out of Evander's thing. He just takes the full blast of this flame, and he is looking really, really bad. Like, he's limping. He's all the hair on his body is just gone. He looks pretty ridiculous, actually. This like hairless goblin just kind of standing there, like dumbstruck of this fire that just engulfed him.
Has Delgado told us there's like a cave entrance over this way where he is?
Nope. Delgado kind of looks around. He sees thick brush, but
A mushroom.
Assuming
he
that
doesn't
Push over
my-
here.
assuming
The-
that my
the only-
allies-
the only opening you see is right here. And in the middle of
Yeah.
a combat, you can't really take too much time to look around. So you're not.
Yeah,
he's,
no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that was.
Yep.
Well, I'm assuming that based on the knowledge of like how my flame has like charged this guy's corpse, I'm going to assume that, or not, I'm going to assume that my 3 allies can deal with him quite stiffly based on the situation. So I'm just going to try and head up towards here, just to kind of like have a look inside of the cave.
Sure. So as you get up there, you can see what your character can see. Obviously,
Yeah.
You see it's very dark. All you see is the light from outside coming into the cave. You're
Yeah.
definitely going to need a torch to be able to see anything in here.
Okay. I'll send my turn then.
All right, Evander, you're back up.
All right. Attack.
All right.
Damn it!
This goblin is literally laying on the
Woof.
ground, and you just swing your sword in one swoop to chop off his head, and it just impacts right between his legs. He just spread his legs open, and
His head is between his legs. Or are we talking about the other?
no,
head?
you went to like you went to just do a big gash right down the
okay.
middle, and
It's
he
like
just
he's
kinda does
Jackie
the thing where he
Chan.
opens his legs up, and it just goes right between them.
It's
I
a
was gonna
drunken
chop
boxer.
off his head, and then he opened his legs.
That's
Well,
how
you
bad
don't know how
you
goblins
missed.
operate. Maybe they do a lot of thinking with their dicks. So,
Yeah, probably.
Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Kat, I will say you notice just to your right some steps kind of going up.
Okay.
Let's
and
see.
and you hear noises. You're not sure what, but you hear something.
Like he's just hearing reverbs, but it's too distorted to figure out what it is.
So
I'll just end my turn.
all right, Delgado, you're up. Where did you just delete your fucking character? Oh my fucking god, Cat.
How did you manage to do that?
I dropped. I have like a batch of screws, and I was like just playing with them, and I dropped it on my cube.
So Delgado, from here you could hit. There's a goblin right here. You could aim through those bushes and hit him. But you think it might be a little tough.
But I can see him.
There's still bushes in the way.
Yeah, so you can see him through those bushes, but you can tell, you've been casting spells for forever. Thanks for rolling initiative. That was good work. You've been casting spells for forever. You think, I mean, obviously it'll be tough to hit through those. You still can. You think you still can, but
Does
I
he have
know
a
disadvantage?
floor.
man.
Over a bush.
Like based on how
I'm
we've
just
been
use
rolling,
Eldritch to blast.
it might be better if I was back.
Hmm.
yeah. So you fire this blast of necromantic energy through those bushes you were a little worried about just disintegrate in the wake of this spell, and it impacts into this goblin, and he just, again, just like his friend, just it hits him right in the arm, and he kind of spins around and falls down to the ground dead. So there you go. You've cleared it out. You don't see anymore. I mean, you hear just basically the rushing water, and you see the opening of the cave. Arge is standing right in there. You see this path going up through the left, and you definitely will need a torch if you don't have dark vision to see anywhere past kind of what the light is showing you right now.
Can I make any sort of roll to like kind of work out what the noises I'm hearing?
I mean, sure. Give me a perception check.
I'm gonna move up while walk up right behind him. Wait, actually, you said this was like their little guard post, but is there like stuff, like crates, or is it just them two
No,
chilling?
you look and you see some planks of wood that they use to flatten those bushes down, but it's not like a post.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Arj, you listen closer and you hear a little bit of rattling. You're not really sure what that is, and just some it's not human. That's all you can tell. You hear just weird rattling noises and non-human. No, it's really hard to hear with this water that you're standing in.
Yeah.
So it's quite difficult there.
I would like to stealth.
Sure, give me a stealth roll.
Damn it!
Okay. So you kind of crouch down. You do the old Skyrim stealth where you just bend over and you figure you're pretty invisible, right?
Yeah.
You're just gonna sneak and put buckets over everyone's.
Yeah. So what do you want to do now?
Well, I'm gonna make my fellow party members aware that there is definitely something else in this cave. So you should be
Okay.
aware.
Do you want to? You should probably light a torch, I think, right?
Yeah. No, I was gonna. I mean, I think I still hasn't. I have.
Yeah. So who has a torch here? Who wants to light a torch?
I mean, I'm ahead at the moment.
There you go. You've lit a torch. So it's just.
Am I able to see that?
Yes. So you look into the cave. You see these steps kind of leading up, and you finally realize what that rattling was. You hear chains
so I
and
just move forward a little bit just to kind of.
sure, yeah. And you come around the corner and you see just inside the cave mouth a few uneven stone steps leading up to a small, dark chamber in the east side of the passage. It narrows into a steep fissure at the far end. So you can see it's almost like a chimney going up, and you hear savage snarls and the sound of rattling chains where 3 wolves are chained up just inside the opening. And each wolf chain leads to an iron rod driven into the base of a stalagmite.
Right.
And as the wolves see you, they kind of they turn and focus on you and growl, and they kind of start pulling on their chains, and you notice that it doesn't seem like they could make it anywhere past the stairs.
Right.
So the goblin that ran
try-
away from the first fight, do we think this is where that guy went?
I mean,
Most
it's
definitely.
it's
Alright.
exactly where the trail leads, and you found more goblins, so you assume, yeah.
I mean, is this the only goblin camp around?
So as you kind of step into this main passage with this river flowing down, you notice that the mouth of the caves climbs steeply upward. Stream is plunging and splashing down the west side, and in the shadows, a side passage to the west you see here leads across the other side of the stream. And once you light your torch, Arch, you see in the shadows of the ceiling to the north, you can just make out the dim shape of a rickety bridge of wood and rope crossing over the passage ahead of you.
Right.
And another passage intersects here. You see kind of up above. Can you give me a perception check?
Yeah.
Everybody or just
I
him?
wanted to roll for a perception check as well, just see if I notice anything inside of here like worth picking as well. But
Sure. We'll give me a perception check first. Yeah. So you kind of just the bridge kind of catches your eye, and you look up, and you see the bridge is quite rickety. You hear the water seems to be kind of pooling farther up. You think it probably originates from inside the cave.
Do you want me to roll another perception check for stuff inside that wolf room? Or
No. So you're kind of doing this all in one motion. So you kind of look around. You look into the cave. I mean, it looks like these wolves have been kind of living in their own filth, essentially. There isn't. This is just a kennel, really, is all you can see.
Nothing of value.
And the wolves are thin. They look really hungry, and you notice that they didn't immediately go to attack you. I mean, they're growling at you, and you don't know if that's just because they know they can't reach you or what, but they're kind of intent on you, and
They're hungry.
yeah, they're very hungry.
Guys,
Right.
I want these wolves.
You can't have them.
I want
No.
these wolves.
No.
We can make them our allies. Trust.
Right.
I'm gonna stick my arm in front of Leah if she's gonna try and walk past, and I say,
Yeah. Grab her by the shirt and pull her back.
Give me a look like, what are you
Wolves,
going to these wolves
especially
for?
dangerous when they are hungry. They will try and kill you quicker than
I
you
will
can
make an
react.
intimidation check.
So what's going on with this shit right here?
So that is it climbs steep upward.
Okay.
And you see it ends at a ledge, but it's pretty dark, so you can't see anything past it. It's quite high up. You think it presses quite close, so you could maybe try to climb up it, but
Okay.
it'd be quite difficult. And all this rubble here would be
Yeah.
pretty difficult to move through.
And it'd be one at a time anyway, so whoever
Yeah.
goes up, if there's like a troll there, then we're dead.
And
I don't-
as you're doing this, the wolves they start to kind of get they're seeing all these people and they're starving and they're getting mad and they're starting to pull on their chains a little more.
So
And they're holding for now, but they're there.
if we can't take the wolves with us or turn them into temporary allies or anything, is there anything else we can do with them? Are they of any use?
Actually,
I don't know.
yeah. Can I try animal handling them? Like, can I try to calm them down somehow?
I
Sure.
want to feed them.
As you get close to kind of get bend down next to one, it snaps at you, and at you, Evander, as you try to kind of work with it and handle it. It just snaps at you, and you don't get the feeling that
Never
it's
mind.
really tame. One of them kind of smells the food in Leah's pouch and kind of turns, and it stops growling for a second. It almost sounds like whimpering.
Do you want to do something about that, Leo?
Yeah, I want to go in there. I want to go.
Oh
I
my
want to go
God.
real slow. I'm gonna go real
We're
slow.
gonna lose a sorcerer to this.
As
I'm gonna-
he is walking, I
No,
use
but-
my breath weapon attack and kill all 3 of the
No,
dragons.
no,
before
no,
leaving.
don't.
Roll for
you dare.
initiative.
Don't you? No, what if
You
my
serious
hand?
right now?
I mean, if he does that, you can roll.
No,
for
no,
it.
like, are you
I
really
was
doing
just-
that?
I
Not
mean,
you,
there
okay,
are
okay,
they
okay.
are stabbed with the
I
iron
don't
thing in
wanna
the
die
floor,
this
right?
once per strong.
So what are you doing? What are you doing? These wolves are.
I'm not doing anything.
They're glaring at you. They're.
Like, can I ease up to them, like waving my pinky and my thumb back and forth, and try to like get them just to stay still long enough to become their friend with my food?
I mean, as you kind of reach into your pack to pull out some rations and some food you have, they kind of stop growling, and they don't sit, but they kind of get down, and they kind of stop growling, and they just start eyeing you and the food.
All right, so do I think that they don't care about me? They just care about the food, or do I think that they're actually like they're warming up to me?
I mean, you look and they're totally focused on the food.
Hmm.
Give me an animal handling check.
All right. Dang it.
Yeah. So they see this food, and as soon as they like, and you're kind of, there's 3 of them, and they've started to kind of spread out, and it's hard to focus on all 3. And as soon as you focus on one, the other one kind of leaps towards you, and just catches on its chain, and it's growling and gnashing its teeth.
Okay, so they haven't attacked me yet because they're stuck on the chain.
Well,
They're
just
very
tried.
much trying.
like
to.
they want to,
just
but they
tried.
can't yet.
Yeah, you
Oh
get the
my
feeling
God.
that they are having none of this anymore.
All right,
and
all right. Can
they're
I?
getting mad too.
All right. Can
They're starting
I try
pull
to
on their chains? And...
this uppity wolf trying to come at me? Can I do an intimidate check on him and be like, sit your butt down? I'm
At
the
same
alpha
time that
around
he's doing
here.
that, I'm tossing a ration into that room, dude.
No.
Give me an animal handling
I'm-
check.
No.
I'm not about to lose a sorcerer for this.
You get the feeling that they're past caring and they're just mad.
So an intimidation check won't work. They can't.
No, I mean they're wolves. They really don't care. They're not
There's
afraid of
more
some.
meat on
You have to
us than there
spend-
are in rations.
Days in this game, handling an animal for it to become your pal, anyways.
As you guys are doing this, kind of fucking around with the wolves, all of a sudden the passage to your north is suddenly flooded with a mighty roar, and a huge surge of rushing water pours down from above.
What?
All of you, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, well, fuck, that's right. Yeah.
I think this is the button.
Fucking with dogs.
All
I
right.
don't know what I'm gonna get. Oh, look. The worst roll I've had, I guess.
Yeah. So the 3 of you, Arj, Sol, Evander, and Leah, all as they hear this rushing water come down, they plaster themselves up against the wall and just get out of the way of the torrent of water that's rushing through. Delgado though is he takes the full brunt. So can you give me a strength saving throw to try to you kind of start
just click strength.
Yeah, you start grabbing on, and you manage to just grab onto a rock that's pulling out of the way, and as the water rushes past you, and you manage to hold on. And as this happens, you see up on the bridge a goblin who clearly just signaled to someone somewhere far off. He suddenly leaps out from behind the rock, and he tosses a javelin right at you, Arj. So can I have you all roll for initiative?
Am I taking? I assume I would.
Fuck.
And as he throws this javelin at you, it just impacts right into your shoulder, and as you're leaning up against the wall, it almost pins you to the wall. You take 4 piercing damage, Arj. And seeing this, the wolves they start to growl and pull on their chains, and just kind of gnash their teeth at you, and they actually you see as they're struggling, the things that are stuck into the stalagmite that are trying to hold them in, they start to come loose, as they're just like pulling and pulling. They can't reach you from there, but you can tell that they're trying.
So I never got a chance to throw that ration that I wanted to do.
No, they were
Great.
driven into a rage.
Okay, great.
So all you see now is this goblin up on the bridge, but he clearly signaled to someone. So, and after throwing this spear down and kind of pinning you to the wall, Arj, Delgado, who was smashed by this torrent of water but just managed to hold on, he gets a chance to go. So it's your action, Delgado.
Okay, is the water's not restricting at all?
No, you notice that after that torrent, it's like clearly the goblins control it somehow, but it's gone back to its normal thing. It's just a trickle of water again. You can wade through it fine. You don't know if they're able to do it again.
I'm gonna move there.
Sure. As you get farther into the cave, the light from Arge's torch kind of starts to dim. Just flickers because it's it's a cave and it's still fine, but you can't see very far because it's just Arge with the torch.
Okay.
But you do see this goblin up on the
I can
bridge.
make him out, right?
Yeah, he's in dim light, but that won't affect you. You're fine.
I guess we'll just go with Eldritch Blast because that one actually seems to hit shit.
Sure. Hit me with it, so to speak.
Oh.
Shut up.
Leah stays quiet.
Yeah, so this beam of crackling energy, like almost like a lightning bolt, but it's dark and ethereal, and it whizzes by the goblin and just impacts. He kind of ducks behind and the railing of the bridge. It just impacts into that, and you can see like dark lightning kind of spread out over the bridge, but he's unharmed.
I'm gonna just duck in here and that's it.
Sure. So you're in there. That's difficult terrain. So did you still have enough movement to use?
It only moved 15, so.
Yep. So yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
You duck in there. As you get in there, you see the wall. You feel the wall next to you, right here, up against your back. But you see that it doesn't go up to the top of the cave. It's like a ledge in the middle there. So is that your turn?
Yeah.
All right. So now the goblin who just impacted Arge with this, you see him pulling out a bow, taking aim at Arge again, and he fires off an arrow. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, and Arge, who's kind of not pinned, but kind of just got hit by this wall of water. He gets hit again with this arrow sticking out of the other side of his shoulder. Takes 4 piercing damage. And then the goblin, you see, he kind of grins and then he disappears into the darkness, running back. You assume you don't know what he's doing. You assume he's probably trying to call for help or something. But he's gone for now. So that is that. And then as that happens, the wolves, they you see them pulling on their chains and they break free, and the wolves free now after being tormented by this food and everything, they lunge towards Leah. So roll for initiative again. So Evander, you're up. You see these wolves like lunging towards
I
you.
actually got it. Oh, I got it. Hold on, let me get this dog.
That is the idea, yes.
Yeah. Word.
Someone want to take over Delgado? We could give it to Arge, who seems to roll never, so he might actually feel like he's planned, but
Oh, no.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm back.
sure.
Sorry. My turn. Yeah, I would attack the wolf that's right in front of me, I guess.
which one? This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll to hit him in the booty. Yeah. As this wolf lunges towards you, kind of step out to the side and just bring your sword directly into his face. What's your damage on that? Oh gosh, yeah. He is. As he lunges towards you, you just kind of backstep and bring your sword down right across his neck and just decapitate him immediately, and he just
Sweet.
falls. Is that all you want to do?
That is it.
All right. This wolf, enraged, seeing his lunges up towards you.
I know. Sorry for interrupting,
Mhm.
but Sean forgot to roll for initiative, but I just did it and got 17. So
We'll put him in at the top of the order, but he'll go last for this one, because we'll say that he already attacked that goblin up on the bridge, so we'll say he'll go last, but first after that. So this wolf lunges in, and he attacks. He gets a 12.
Nope.
So he sinks his teeth into your arm, but the armor holds and he doesn't get anything. You kind of shake him off. This second wolf seeing his buddy, I guess, I don't know, they're wolves, he turns to you and he bites into the other arm and bites right through 22. I'm assuming hits.
Yep.
Yeah, and he kind of shakes his head, and you take 8 piercing damage as he just rips into your arm.
Well, fuck.
He rolled really. He also has advantage, by the way, which is why it was.
What? How?
He has because of a wolf ally is within 5 feet
Oh, great.
pack.
That's
So now
good.
Leah just saw this wolf get decapitated, and then Evander just take a beating from the second wolf after fending off the first one. So what's up? What do you want to do here,
All right.
Leah?
So, or one of it wasn't like a grapple check. He just took a bite and then went back to his
No,
spot, right?
he latched
Yeah.
onto the arm, shook his head a little bit, and now he's kind of growling. He totally focused on Evander.
And they're still at full health, right? All right.
I mean, you look, you don't see any issue. They're covered in a bit of blood, but that's probably just from the decapitation of their friend.
I kind of want to do something weird, but I don't think it's gonna slide.
You can try.
I just had this idea of like animals, wild ones. They don't like weird things to happen. It'll freak them out, and they'll freak out, leave. So I was thinking I use my mage hand and I stick a finger up a wolf's bunghole, and he just freaks out.
You'll just
and
piss
leave.
it off even more.
Dang it! All right.
I mean, you could do a mage hand attack, and I'd call it piercing damage, but
some
Instead of
Naruto move up in
bludgeoning.
here.
Roll
Nah.
a 1d2.
Let's just set this idiot on fire.
all right. I can never fucking remember. Yeah, so the wolf totally focused on him, doesn't even see this column of flames streaking towards him.
All right. To be clear, I'm attacking this one right here.
Yep, sure.
All right.
Give me the damage. Yeah, so it singes his fur. He doesn't look badly hurt though. It just singes him, and he now turns to you and starts growling at you.
Yeah. Well, you could have had a buddy in me, but you chose the rough life. That's your fault. All right.
All right, Arch.
So,
Or did
what,
you
what
want to
about
move?
move? What about?
You can move. if
I want
you
to just sneak right behind Eve here. Get to that side.
Sure. Arj, you're up.
Okay. I mean, I don't really want to do too much fucking in the shitter. So I'm going to move a little bit further down and cast Sacred Flame on the one on the left that's in front of
Yep.
the fucking big muscly dude, Evander. So let me open that. Spells, Sacred Flame, Boom Bash Bosh.
Sure. So Dex. So you see this wolf. He hears this magic coming towards him, and he kind of scrunches down, and it just half of the spell just kind of takes off the top bit of him. But even that is enough to kind of cause him to whimper in pain, and you can tell his fur is very singed, and he is hurting.
Okay. Can I then throw my hand axe at him?
Nope, that would be another full action. Remember, this is all happening like each turn is 6 seconds long. So
Oh, but I thought I
You know,
got 2 actions.
yeah. You get 1 action and 1 bonus action, but
Ah.
throwing a hand axe, you have to aim it, and
Yeah, no, sorry.
yeah.
Alright, the thing is, I don't have any spells left, so I can't do anything. I feel like, I don't know, 2 spells seems a bit low. I feel like I should have like 1 or 2 more, but
you are level 1, and you have your cantrips is the thing.
yeah. Okay, then yeah, I can't read sure. So
Alright.
I'm just gonna move a little bit further down here.
So now we're up to Delgado, which is you again, Arch.
Yeah. I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the same one again.
So you again he conjures this spectral hand and right in front of the wolf, and he launches it towards it, but it just it hits him, but it doesn't seem to affect him at all. Like it impacts, and just kind of wisps of arcane energy kind of dissipate.
Then I don't like him being here because he's like a fucking warlock and he's like at the front. So I'm gonna move him back down here.
Evander, you're up.
Attacking the wolf straight in front of me again.
All right. Yeah. You kind of take a swing, but it's a little cramped in these caverns, and without with the wound to your arm, it makes it hard to get a full swing, and the wolf just kind of is able to step to the side.
I've got 5 fucking HP. I'll just step.
Just dip out.
Well,
Don't worry about it. Dip out.
yeah, I'm just gonna step back 1 actually.
Sure. As you do that, the wolf
Yeah. figured.
lunges at you. 16.
No.
All right, so he lunges, but you're too quick and you get out of the way, which is a good thing because it would have done 6 damage.
And I'd be dead. Or unconscious.
So now this wolf, after seeing you kind of dodge out of the way, he's initially focused on you, but then he turns and he focuses on Leah because he's still enraged at this person who had food and then so he's just totally focused on her. So he moves up and makes a bite attack. 10.
Can I use my reaction? Because I get that from Sentinel too. If they attack someone within 5 feet of me,
Sure.
I can use a reaction to attack them.
Sure.
So does that cancel what they do, or do they like what goes on with that actually? Because I'm not sure.
It happens in the middle. So this wolf
All right, so
went
I'd
to
go
make an attack
first.
and seeing this attack on your friend, you go to kind of get in front of it and
Yeah.
slam down, and you do you as it kind of lunges towards Leah, and you slam your sword up into its chest, and with a whimper it crumples to the ground. And then seeing that lunges towards you, initially he was focused on Leah for tormenting him, but he turns and seeing his buddy lying dead on the ground makes a lunge at you, and you're lucky because he goes right by you and kind of slams just into the water and looks around angrily and still focused on you, but
No advantage
missed.
anymore, motherfucker.
He would have hit you too.
Yeah, I bet.
All right, Leah, you're up.
This is the same wolf I hit early with the fire, right?
In the battle, you can't really keep track. They've been jumping in and out.
All right, well,
This one's you look at it, its fur is singed, but it's not it's not limping or anything.
all right.
It's
well,
been hit by something, but it's not on death's door.
I don't really know what else to do besides fireball, so here comes another fireball.
Yeah, and as this wolf is fully focused on Evander, it impacts this wolf and just kind of explodes around it, lighting its fur on fire. Roll for damage. Yeah, and it engulfs this wolf in flame, and it kind of lets out a last little whimper as it dies.
I do the dance of my people.
You look around and you don't see any more threats. Arj is looking a little worse for wear. He's pretty hurt, and you kind of check your bags. You don't have any healing potions or anything, but you do, and you hear the sounds of goblins, but they don't seem to have heard this fighting. They no one's come running down there've been plenty of time for someone to react. No one's come running down the corridor. It seems like these wolves probably fight amongst themselves a lot, so they just assume that this was just the wolves kind of playing and fighting. So no one seems to be coming down the thing, and you have the feeling you could probably retreat out of the mouth of the cave into the forest slightly.
Yeah.
And kind of set up a camp. You don't think you wouldn't light a fire, you think, because you might attract attention, but if you're careful, you think you could probably rest.
So basically a short rest.
Fuck out of there.
And Delgado kind of looks up into the sky. It's not nighttime, but it's it's around dinner time. The path from the caravan initially was it took you about an hour to walk, and with the fighting in the cave and everything, it seems like it's getting around time for dinner. You're a little hungry and stuff, so.
Right. So long rest, yeah.
Sure. Yep. So you guys can refill yourselves up to full HP. Refill all your hit dice.
Okay, so
And we consume rations, I'm guessing, for the night.
For the night. No.
No?
As you're pulling out the rations, Leah kind of turns to you and says, "I got this," and she disappears into the woods and comes back with a couple rabbits, fresh berries.
Sweet.
She's lived in these woods for a long time, so she's got food enough for all of you guys.
All right.
So you don't have a campfire just because.
Yeah, we're just chilling.
My concern is that the rations that we're already carrying around, like, how long will it be till they spoil?
A while.
I mean, these are travel rations. These are made to be.
It's like MREs.
They're dried and they're salted meats, stuff like that. So
Some astronaut food.
Yeah.
essentially, yeah.
Literally
MREs,
toothpaste.
We could say we'll take like a 15-minute break or 10-minute break. Everyone
Well, I'll
Go to the
just,
washroom
when
if
I
you have
get
to.
back, I'll be ready.
Leah laments the lost opportunity with those wolves.
Leah, thinking back, realizes that there was never any chance of actually befriending one, but she could have probably convinced them not to attack.
Yeah, I don't care, but they were already not attacking. That's useless.
Every turn they were making rolls to see if they broke free of their chains.
Oh snap! Looking behind the DM screen right now. I really gotta get used to remembering to roll after every time I cast a spell.
What do you mean roll? Oh, the 1d20.
That's a good point. Roll 3 right now.
Then just roll 3. All right,
3d20 is
screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yep. No,
Well,
you're good. Nothing happened.
I guess that. No, I got a 20.
In the middle of camp, you just explode.
It's like
There's
built
actually
up.
good effects that can happen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I roll a d20 and
so-
a butterfly flutters by.
So as you kind of you start to wake up, the sun's coming up. You're all refreshed. You've eaten. Leah runs out, finds a couple of nests of eggs, and you have a nice little. You can't light a fire, but Arj, using his fire breath, hunkers down and he's
cupping
able to
his
cook
hands.
you some eggs.
Yeah.
He's able to cook you some eggs, and you're all refreshed. You're ready to go.
All right.
So yeah, what do you want to do?
Should we keep going in, or should we just like say fuck it?
Hey, you guys, does Delgado seem weird to you? He seems a little out of it. Like, the lights are on, but no one's home. Delgado, hey.
How old is he, by the way?
He's
Mate, Thor was not saying much to begin with. He's like no different.
That man has a beard longer than my whole body.
Foolish child, I am the greatest power this world has ever
You
seen.
want to know? You want to know how old Delgado is? 28.
Oh, excuse? Leah is concerned for
he
your health.
Benjamin Button? Does he age backwards?
Apparently, I didn't even know. I didn't even look till just now. That's amazing.
We're partied up with Benjamin Button here.
Oh my
okay.
All right. So Arj, your torch has gone out. I'm assuming you're just gonna light another one.
Yeah.
Just take out.
So I don't
I
think
mean, I don't know if Evander wants to go first.
I'll go first, but all I have is candles, bro.
Well, you can give him a torch.
Yeah, you can hand me a. Well,
Even-
I wouldn't be able to
not.
use my shield or my sword.
No, I
Um,
mean in a fight you can just toss it on the ground.
Oh,
All right, cool.
real quick, do I think
I don't
that...
have a scone mount on my on my
You can
shield.
hold it in your shield hand. That kind, you throw it
Yeah,
on the
okay.
ground. It's still lighting
Cool.
shit up.
All right.
So I'll give you a torch. Just subtract 1 from your thing
Yeah.
cap.
Do I think there's a chance of like a bear coming into this cave at some point while we're in here?
I mean, you look around. The goblins clearly own this part of the woods.
All right, so
I
it
mean, you
like
see-
smells like goblin piss everywhere. Is what you're
It
saying?
smells awful. And as you think back, as you were walking up the trail, you didn't notice it at the time, but thinking back now, you notice there were no animals kind of
Yeah.
anywhere near this area. The goblins clearly have scared them off, or what have you.
Well, I'm gonna go behind Evander.
Yeah, word.
Yep.
I'm also like, yeah, Eve, you looking pretty multi-talented there, buddy.
Sure. So you're out of combat. You can move.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Try to
mouth of
move
the
like
cave.
2 at a time though, just because if you surprise
sure.
someone.
I
mean,
so yeah,
there's
Make it
not
easier on
necessarily
you.
anyone in here.
I'm gonna move to the mouth of the cave.
Sure.
Can I do a perception check to see if they've overnight set any traps or anything?
Sure. Yep. Yeah. So just give me a straight.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
you look around.
Five.
It looks. I mean, you see the bodies of the wolves right where you left them. The
Right.
one that was disintegrated got washed out down the stream, so it's gone.
Nothing's been touched here.
But you still see the blood stains, and you don't notice anything.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly creep up. Is the party moving with me, or are you guys lagging behind 5 feet? What's going on?
Moving slowly
Sticking
actually will
close.
give you a benefit, just so you know in the future. Like if you make sure to tell me
Yeah,
that you're
instead of
creeping.
like rushing over.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm moving like very lightly, like
Yep.
trying to like keep
You're
my
not,
eyes
you're not
out
stealth.
in case like
You're not stealth.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
you're,
stealth,
You're
but
slow.
I'm-
Yep. Nope.
I'm
Hey,
trying to
what
be
I'd like
aware
to
of my
do
surroundings.
Is I would like to go up here and see if I can climb up this. Just
Right.
like, because it doesn't look super steep from where.
It is very steep. You look at it, you could probably make it up,
Oh.
but it is quite steep. You also Delgado told you about over here.
Yeah.
He noticed that there was sort of a wall that didn't go up to the top. He didn't have a light, so he couldn't see, but he was able to kind of see that it didn't go to the top of the roof. So that there must have been some sort of kind of embankment there that
So
maybe you could also climb up.
Is that like that basically what's going on? Like, do you see my drawing?
I do. What do you mean? What
Is
that?
that what that steep thing is? Like it just
Oh,
goes
like
up
like
the
looking
edge?
from the side. Yes, it's like a chimney essentially.
Wait, what?
This thing
It's
here?
a thin tunnel.
No. Left.
Oh, left. Yeah, I see the drawing. I mean, the drawing where you have it is inside of the wall.
Well, yeah, because I don't see it anymore because
Yeah.
I didn't realize it wouldn't show through the back. But like, delete it because
Yeah.
I can't.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I've
you see.
had a quick thought actually.
Sure.
So it
Can
does
I
this,
use-
and then we can see.
Thaumaturgy to boom my voice up towards this place that Delgado was. See if I can like try and coerce a goblin or something to check us out.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna go.
I don't know how to erase.
So no one's
That's a-
climbing up
that's a
these steep
square.
things right now?
Not yet. Okay, I'm gonna go like basically
Okay, here.
like
Oh.
here. So I'm not like. I know there's actually. Tell you what, I'm gonna light a
Right.
torch as well because otherwise I don't know.
No. I could just stay near you. I would be like right over here on the corner. Oh, I see what he means by a ledge now. Okay.
You want a torch as well, Cat?
Uh,
There you go. You got a torch.
Oh God.
I might as well. I mean, I have enough left.
Sure. So as you get up here, you can see quite clearly now that there's a ledge. There's a ledge here, and then another steep embankment, and above the embankment you see some light filtering through.
So
You don't see anything past, but you just see some light. You don't know what it's from, but there's a light kind of coming from up at the top here is a light.
So yeah, I'm gonna use the voice boom.
He's gonna try to draw some goblins out.
As you kind of standing here, you hear like just noises, but there's clearly a lot of stuff around here, and with the way that the walls are angled and everything, if you were to make a lot of noise, you think that the whole cave would probably hear.
Entire cave.
So
This is me trying to tell you that you should not fucking do that.
Yeah, word.
I'm not gonna do this in the
He's like,
future,
yeah,
but
all right, I'll do it at full volume.
but it will not end well.
surely like I can decide the volume that I want. Like it says up to 3.
Sure, but you don't know what's on. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna say that you get
We're
to
gonna fucking die.
you do whatever you want. Obviously, like
I was just worried about a rock slide.
No.
Oh.
It's not that big. You're in a cave, it echoes. Even just like yelling at normal volume would have probably echoed throughout the cave.
Okay, well I'm gonna go back over here then and try and go up.
Ah,
here
yeah.
if we're like-
We can only hold out against so many enemies funneling into us.
Now,
We're not like, I don't have 100 HP like Klarg does on Critical Role. I've got 14.
So, do you want me to do an athletics check to get up here or an acrobatics?
are you gonna try to climb up?
Try and climb.
I'm stealthing here.
It's about 30 feet up. And at the base, you look a little closer, and you see a couple bones. You see like it's trash, and you think it looks like this has kind of been used. There must be whatever it connects to up top. They've been throwing it down as kind of like a garbage chute almost.
To the wolves.
And
Yeah.
and you get the feeling that's all the wolves have been eating, and that's why they were so hungry.
there's probably a mess hall up there.
So it's just a bunch of rubbish. You think you can definitely attempt it. It'll be slow going, and you don't know what you'll find at the top, but it's definitely possible.
So would it be possible to throw a torch into there? As I'm like climbing up, get like a.
You
Like,
don't think you'd be able to lob it high enough that it would reach the top.
The torch doesn't give you sight of what's in anyways. They just be like, oh, random torch coming through the
Well,
trash
and now
chute.
that you're here, you do see light filtering up. The cavern or whatever it is above there's a light source in that cave.
I'm fucking the only one like making up ideas here. I mean, if like.
Well, so let me just I'll tell you what. So you've seen this passage here on
There's
the
a
left.
clear path right here.
On the left, right. My thing
Yeah,
is
there's a
like,
clear
busted,
path
but
that could lead into a fucking big ambush. We could instead.
there's
ambush them.
One person at a time can do that.
Okay, well, I mean, if Ender wants to fucking go up top and
I mean, dude,
potentially
feel
go
free to
into an
climb.
ambush.
And now try to just rush around the corner if anything happens.
I mean, in my mind, like, I should be able to like get up and down before anyone like.
You
Yeah,
can
I know,
absolutely
fuck
try to
it.
climb up. Like looking at it, you can definitely make it up.
Cool. Go for
Take
it.
you. It'll take you probably a couple rounds.
Well, I'm just going to do an athletics check then.
Why are you rolling with advantage? That's fine. I'll just take the first one because that's what it always is.
Because dragon claws help climbing.
I did advantage was check tonight.
You start to clamber up. You make it about 10 feet up. Can you give me another one? Yeah. So you kind of try to scramble up again, and you lose your footing, but you manage to grab on. You don't really gain or lose any ground. But as you're close to the top, you hear a lot of voices. You hear snarling, and you hear kind of like it sounds like wrestling. And a couple.
There's goblins up here, guys. I mean, look, I go down to the guys like quietly. I'm not going to shout it, obviously.
Mhm.
Apparently, if I fucking echo in the entire thing, I'll be like, "There's goblins up here. We should probably be careful. I don't know if we're going to go up top because they might be laying in trap or they might be prepared. I don't know. It's up to you guys. What you want to do?" As I'm like I'm holding onto the edge. I'm not,
Yeah,
like,
so you're about 10 feet up. It goes up another 20 feet or so. You just kind of turn to them and motion to them and you say, it won't carry that far if you're not magically projecting it. And you tell them, yeah, like there's something up there. You don't know. You think it's probably goblins, obviously, based on.
the shit.
And Delgado kind of turns to you and he says, when I was up in that leftmost, I heard the same thing.
So it would be safe to assume, like, given that we have established that this is probably a goblin dungeon, killed goblins, there was definitely one like walking about, and probably goblins.
When it comes to this area here on the left, I'm just gonna move my character there for vision. Just so I can see
Yep.
what I'm seeing. Only one of us can go up at a time, right?
No, you look. It's a lot wider than the
How
other one.
wide would it be?
You think you could? It's about 5 feet across. So you think like 2 or 3 people could probably clamber up next to each other.
Okay.
Mm,
Do y'all want to try to climb up Delgado's hill?
Well, I'll
That's
tell
what I
you what
named
I'm
it.
going to do first. With Delgado, I can detect. I don't know.
Magic?
Oh, sorry, I'm not actually using that yet. Oh, actually, that
No,
might
it's
be,
fine.
we can read it. So.
Yep.
Up to 10 minutes. Okay.
do you think we should maybe like they're over here? If we walked over here to this bridge thing, would we be able to climb up onto this bridge, or are we stuck on this lower path?
I doubt it.
The bridge is quite high up.
Okay.
And there's it's straight cliff down, so you don't think you could find. But you
Yeah,
do
there's
see
steps here,
some
so-
steps kind of, and
Yeah.
you see them starting to curve, and it looks like that would lead to the bridge.
All right. So, yeah, maybe we should just climb up this ledge. Element of surprise.
Cassidy heard a lot of fighting to the right, yeah? I mean, a lot of fighting, a lot of noise.
but just
Snarling.
No, he heard
wrestling.
he heard
He
like
heard noise.
some
He heard
wrestling, and
noise.
he heard snarling, which he kind of stood out.
So possibly crazy
Yeah.
animal thing that I don't want to fuck with.
Maybe a fight club.
Snarling. Right. Is it a good idea with everyone else that we might try to climb up the left side?
Yeah. Because if the only path normally inward is through just these steps, that's
Yeah,
easy
they'll,
for them to
like-
trap.
And that one dude saw us, so he might have something waiting for us, like a
Yeah.
boulder or some Indiana Jones shit.
Goblins aren't
They
the
doubled up
smartest
on the
people.
guard.
I would imagine that this guy's probably just forgot about that.
he just
Well,
hit his head with the
had a
rock and left.
watch. They had a watch.
They had a
clearly
watch
were-
where the watchmen were playing cards and not paying any attention.
But they're clearly
One guy.
prepared, because they were able to send down that torrent of water. Like they've clearly
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
they
got-
got-
clearly ready for an attack. This is
Yeah.
their home. Like
We've
is
had
where
traps the whole way here
they-
and when
they
we
have
got
been-
here.
All
You know,
shoddily made, and they haven't
these
paid.
these goblins. You're pretty sure these are the reason that like these goblins have been harassing that stretch of road that you were
Yeah.
attacked on for a while.
They're being
And-
bandits.
So yeah, element of surprise would probably be better if we go up that ledge to the left, right? Now Eve
Yeah.
is the strongest of us here, yeah. So maybe.
And then door.
All right, Eva. All right, chill.
Eva,
So-
there's no A.
Eve, Ev, Doodly, Grey Castle.
Okay.
So he could climb up there pretty easily, probably, and then throw down a
Fine.
rope so we can all come up with two after him. Super good.
I don't have a rope.
I'll hand you a rope.
Oh, okay, cool.
One of you has a rope.
My bag says I got a rope. You can borrow my rope.
I've got candles. I've got 10 candles. We can have a nice bath in this river. Okay, yeah. So, what do I roll to get up that ledge?
Give me an athletics check.
I'm fucking strong.
Yeah, so you kind of you throw the rope up, haul yourself up.
On the hallway?
No, just up to where you are now.
There?
No, like right up there.
Oh,
Haul
okay.
yourself up, and as you get up there, you feel the ground underneath you kind of shake,
Nice.
and all of a sudden that whole ledge that you're on kind of tumbles down. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Wonderful.
So you, totally unprepared for this. You tumble down and you take 2d6 damage. Let me.
Can I help him somehow? Can I like catch him? Soften his fall, maybe.
I
Sure.
could take potentially 12
So you take 7 damage. You take 7
Motherfucker,
damage.
I'm at half HP now.
And you're prone. Looking up, you think you could still climb up there now, and you see now that was almost like it wasn't a trap. It was weak.
Some
It was
crazy
ignored on
rocks.
purpose.
But you see now that it does go up to the top, and you see light flooding out there. And actually, when that happens, you hear a human voice,
Oh.
yelling. That he kind of heard
like,
someone. And you hear it's it's faint, it's kind of echoing, but it's definitely not Goblin. It's
Right.
it's speaking common.
Did we all hear that, or is it just him?
No, you all hear it, except
Alright.
for Arj.
He's in the cave off to the right.
He's
Yeah,
over-
he's still
is he
hanging
still
on the
stuck
wall.
up there?
Still hanging on the wall.
Are you serious? I thought you were on the floor.
No, I was like, I'm waiting for the turn to go over.
Do you want to
Like, it's taken
Come.
like a few things, but it actually has.
All right.
come over?
Can I let me check this. So I have a cantrip called Message, which lets me like whisper to someone I know or
Yep.
anyone so can I just whisper to Arj with my message over there, be like,
Yep.
so
Arj,
Eva
all
took
of
a spill.
sudden- all of a sudden, you feel weird, and all of a sudden, this voice just it sounds like it's like you're wearing headphones, like it's coming from all around you.
What are
headphones?
headphones?
Yeah, exactly. I'm allowed to describe it so that the player understands. The character doesn't need to understand. It's like it's all around you, and this voice appears in your ear, and it says, "Leah."
Yeah, Eva took a spill over here. Maybe you need a little bit of healing, a little love.
And Arj,
is that you talking to me from the heavens?
The fuck? No, you dragon man. Listen, Eva's hurt. I need this man to not die right now. Listen.
Evan should pray to his god rather than mine.
What the fuck? This dragon man. Can you shimmy down your little shaft? Can you climb
I'm
off the
currently
shaft?
walking to the side of the rock face. I mean, I can, but I may also die. So it's up to you. If
You can. What the?
looking
What?
looking down, you think you can pretty safely scramble down.
You're not gonna stay there for the entirety of our little adventure in here, so eventually.
And as you're talking, you feel your arms kind of getting weaker. You don't know how much
Ooh.
longer.
Fuck's
you
sake,
can
fine,
really
I'm
hold it.
going down.
Do I know what Eva's max health is?
I can tell you.
Alright.
Yeah.
Like how hurt
My
are you,
max-
Eva? How hurt are you?
Looking at him,
Why
he's-
can't we see each other's like? Is there a reason why we can't tell fast?
because really you're not supposed to know numbers because numbers don't exist. But there's no particular reason. They're just by
Okay.
default not on.
I'm
I can
about
turn 'em on.
halfway to death.
All right, listen. He's bad. He's bloodied over here. We need him to not die real quick.
Tiny half elfling and tell her I'm fucking on my way.
Touchy dragon
Are
man
you
with those
guys,
fiery
seeing each
tempers.
I
You
don't
guys
think
see
you
each
can
other's
talk
bar and stuff?
back.
I think
I'm
I
actually
think it's
I'm
too
okay with
late.
showing you the bar. I'm okay with showing you
Yeah.
the bar because
In CR, they tell each other what HP they have.
Yeah, no, and obviously you can tell each other what HP. Like it's not a big deal. But I like the idea of a bar too because it's not exact. It's like you can see, oh, he's
Mhm.
hurting half bad.
Okay, so it
I
says
can't actually
message
see
can
them.
talk back and forth, so we're good.
Yep, yeah.
I was
No,
about
that's
to
why
say.
that's why I let him
Oh, you
respond.
can? Oh.
I like
Yeah,
the
that's
fact
no
that
fun.
I
whilst
wouldn't have
me
let
and
him
Leah-
respond if you couldn't have.
I thought you
whilst
could just
me and
annoy
Leah are,
him.
like, arguing over like mental comment, like I'm just down like.
Yeah, well, Evander, you're kind of seeing like Leah's almost like it's like she's like moving her mouth a little bit, but no sounds coming out.
Right, I'm gonna stand up and try to figure out what the fuck she's doing then.
Sure.
You're a little dizzy from the spill, and you're freaking out like, oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't hear.
And just so you know, when the shelf collapsed, the rope just kind of fell down right next to you. So
All right, so I
Yeah,
got my
that's
rope back. Yeah.
Yep.
It's
Is
still
my
good?
torch still
Alright.
lit or did it fall in the water?
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
It kind of clattered into the rubble and the rocks,
yeah.
you know, kind of held it in place.
All right.
Found it's lit.
I didn't.
So I'm just
didn't burn
like-
my bum.
I'm just like, Eva, like, don't hurt yourself. Arj is coming.
All right.
And as you guys are talking, you hear the human again, kind of. You can't make out what he's saying, but you hear him
We're
again.
whispering, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Message by default is supposed to be like a whisper.
No, even me.
Message
like,
is
what's going
silent.
on?
Message is totally silent.
Okay,
you're
but it sounds like a
communicating
whisper to us, though, right? Yeah, doesn't matter. It's silent.
Doesn't matter. It's in your head. So
Well, yeah,
you
like
guys,
if you communicate in a whisper, sure, it's a whisper.
you guys could be yelling at each other at full volume. It's just in your
Yeah.
head.
It's not
Yeah,
in our.
it's-
It's not in our head actually. Actually, we have to whisper to each other, and like, it's like a telephone.
What's a telephone?
Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's like a headphone.
A telephone.
Is it like a cone
Es
of
un
clarity?
teléfono, sí, señor, por favor.
Telefono.
Oh.
Late night when you need my goblin.
Is he the bard now? Getting multi-class.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Well,
I
I'm
would
going
like-
to heal Evander with my very, very costly, expensive healing spells.
I'm
I can
sorry.
only use twice a day. This
Sorry.
fucking retard fell off a very small, jump, and
So
I
roll-
had to
roll
like,
for that.
climb up.
Go ahead and roll.
Blame the
So I was just
2d6.
very triggered.
we noticed Arj's scales frill a little bit, ever so slightly.
Yeah, Arj kind of turns towards Evander and with like a glare in his eye heals him.
I'm like, you're
like, he's
used to
like-
this. This is what you're here for,
So-
mostly.
What do you guys want to do now?
I quickly give
Um,
Eva a pat on the back, like, yeah, man, shrug this,
Right.
shrug it off.
Should we just go up the path, see what happens?
Yeah, let's not risk that
I
again.
had
Are you-
stealth
are you
before. I would like to stealth again since I fell.
Just roll a stealth check.
Oh yeah. Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna walk up to here for now. So are we all grouping up and following?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I mean, what other
I'm
option
just
do
gonna
we
be
have?
close
To...
behind Evander because he
So
might
I'll
just
stay
fall
together.
over and smack his head into the stone again.
What do you guys? Are you just walking up in
Base of the
in this
steps.
order? All right. So yeah, you,
Can
you walk under this
you-
bridge. You see this pool and it's empty. You see these rocks here. There's nothing there, and this pool has been emptied, and that's clearly what the goblins did to cause that flood.
Right.
So that pool is dry. Just imagine.
I'm holding the torch right now, and so is
Yep.
Arj.
You both have a torch, yep.
Can I hand my torch to I guess Leah in the back? Because I don't want to like put too much light around the corner. Since I am stealth, I'd like to sorry. Walk up to like right here and perception check for any kind of spooky
Walk up
shit.
to where? Sorry. Yeah. So you kind of creep along the walls very
Yeah.
quickly. You don't have a torch, or because you handed it away. so it's dark. You can't see anything. You see
I can
some
see
light.
this.
Yeah,
Uh,
you
Anyway.
see some light.
No, like I can see
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, but yeah. So you see a
Okay.
goblin.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's
No, he's-
darkness
he's-
and then a goblin. So I was like,
Yeah. Well, so there, the light is coming out of a cave that you see the entrance to the cave here.
okay.
There's some sort of light coming through there. This goblin, you're pretty close to the wall. You're pretty quiet. He doesn't seem to notice you at all. He's not expecting anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I? Does the party move up? Or no, actually. Can I like whisper back to the party without alerting things?
Yeah.
Are we okay to brawl if I toss a javelin into that thing's face?
What's the range on a javelin? I don't know.
30, I think.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So looking at the distance, you think you could just
It's
make
25. So yeah. That's why I measured right there real quick. I was like,
Yeah.
So is the rest of the party okay with possibly brawling, or should we try to sneak up more?
I'm just gonna
As
sit there.
as you're doing this, this goblin, he turns kind of towards you, like not looking at you, but turns toward, and he starts kind of talking to something kind of in this vicinity.
Right. So there might be something else there.
I'm so nice to you guys.
Yeah, you are.
And it says, it's like, look, I could have had a fucking perfect flank on these. Said we fucking waited for Evander to fall over and
Arj
kill
hears a
himself.
voice from the heavens saying, "Arj, if you had done that, everyone would have died." And it's
Now-
probably, and he hears this voice and he thinks, "I've just been, God has spoken to me."
Okay.
So this right here is like pitch black. Can I not see around the corner?
Nope, it's totally darkness. You don't have a torch or anything, so you.
Oh, so Arj, you want to move up a little bit? It's a tiny one
Can
square.
I DM?
One square.
Yeah, sorry. Do you want to move up to like?
Yeah,
Not all the
I-
way.
uh,
As Well,
Okay.
you move up to here. As Arj does that, the goblins, everyone roll for initiative. The
Dang.
goblins
Balls.
turn towards him, and all of a sudden,
Oh yeah,
Okay.
because a torch
Dove
might
into
come
the
around
water
corner,
over here.
probably.
yeah, they see the light from the
Dang it,
torch.
I just
gotta
wanted a
s-
little bit. You were here. I wanted you to move like right
I'm-
here.
I'm super good at rolling initiative while
I mean,
selecting.
I was already
yes.
fucking here, so the difference would have been negligible.
I
It's
mean,
okay.
I just wanted to see if I could see just a little bit over the corner. Well, I rolled a 15
If we were
initially.
to give, like multiple, can we just give everyone access to Delgado? Because I feel like I'm probably not using him as well as I could.
Well, it doesn't matter until you're in combat, anyways, right? And it'll come to his turn. So these goblins, you can see, it looks like they were ready for trouble at some point. They kind of set up, but I guess when you guys left, they just assumed it was over. So the goblin from the bridge must have come over and warned them, but they were pretty.
He just went,
And you see right as the fight breaks out, this goblin here, he kind of disappears into this cave, and you hear yelling.
Can I grab the torch so I can see from him as like a free action, like part of my movement? Like grab
From
and run.
who? From Arj?
Arj.
I'll say that's a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Boop. It's still blackness. Okay. Cool.
I just had to give it to you.
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yeah. I'm just gonna javelin that dude in front of me.
This one right here?
Yeah. I don't see what you clicked with that one.
Yeah, that's what I clicked. Sorry. Yep. that one.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
for
just gonna javelin him in the face. Hopefully. Nope.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
pull out your javelin, you toss it, and it whizzes by him and takes a chunk out of his ear, but nothing more.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to move like about here.
You can't, like, this water is quite deep and running quite fast
Well, fuck.
up north. Kind of
Was,
before it hits these falls. So it's a very thin path. It's no more than 5 feet.
Are these the falls right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple falls. There's some falls here, and then here, and then kind of here are the last little bits of rapids before it calms
Should
down.
we retreat to more stable water?
The water isn't a danger. It's just
Yeah, but it's deep
a
and shit.
hindrance.
It's like difficult terrain, and I wouldn't be able to dodge as well if anything happened. I don't know.
I mean, they've already used the water trap, and we've already established that they haven't put any more water in it.
I'm not about to go waist deep into some shit to get out of the way. I'll just see what
so
happens.
what do you want to do? You got your
I'm moving
movement.
back here, and I'm done.
Okay.
I'm moving back there. And I'm done.
Leah, you're up.
Should I charge in ahead of everyone into the unknown amount of goblins? Just take a pot shot.
I don't know, man. Do some shit.
All right,
Do what you
fine.
want.
Dang.
I don't know.
So
I don't know.
let's confirm them from the DM. I can go in front of them real quick and then go right behind them after.
No,
yeah, you
actually,
can move through friends just fine. It would take you 20 feet to get there though, so you'd only have 10 left.
And we can't.
So you
we can't
probably
stand
wouldn't
in
be
the
able to
same
retreat
square.
back. No.
Boy.
I'll say you can. I'll say they can.
Same square.
Evander will pick you up and throw you the last 5 feet.
Oh.
So you can end up like that.
All right. All right. Oh, look at these
So
cuties.
as you round the corner, you see
There's a
3
lot of them
goblins
in there.
gnashing their teeth at you. And an empty pool, and then a second pool right here with a bit of a waterfall.
Now, do I see anything useful in the terrain? Like
You see these stalagmites coming out of the ground that some of the goblins are kind of hiding behind that you could maybe use for cover if you move farther in.
Do I think I could use a mage hand to push a stalagmite onto loose so it falls on them?
Looking at the stalagmites, they're not heavy enough that if they fell on them, they'd do serious damage. Like they're not that tall. They're just hunkered down behind. It's like a big rock, and even if you were to push it over, it wouldn't really fall so much as just kind of tip.
All right. I can't really think of any way to trick him right now with prestidigitation, so I guess I'm just gonna firebolt him. Firebolt
Alright.
this mensch.
Which one?
The one in the
closest
front. Let's do one in
Yep.
front.
Go for it. Yeah, so that's a critical hit. You conjure this ball of fire, and even to you, it seems powerful. Like you're used to this, but-
Guys, I can't handle this.
and you just turn and you look the goblin dead in the eyes, and you just launch this blast
A
of
knowing
fire
eye.
directly into him. Roll for damage there, and it should auto roll crit.
All right.
So just reveal it. Yeah. So this goblin his eyes just are open wide as this ball of fire essentially collides with him, and he falls to the ground unconscious, dead.
And I give my signature smirk.
What else? Do you want to do anything else? You got a little bit of.
We gotta
movement
do
left,
that D20 real quick.
right? Yeah,
All right.
Good work.
That nothing happened. I'll just go back.
What does Delgado want to do?
Okay,
What does
so-
Del
sorry,
Taco
one
wanna
second,
do?
No problem.
I'm just gonna try something. Delgado can't actually see.
Yeah, he doesn't have a torch or anything, so he won't be able to see. I don't think.
Would I not theoretically be able to see from?
No, because it's totally dark. There's no source of light in this cave. I'm actually amazed at how like every fucking race in this game has night vision except for like the ones you guys picked.
I mean, I wanted that beat, Sentinel. Came
Yeah,
through.
no. Well, it's good.
Yeah.
The greatest ruler.
The worst
That's-
voice changer I've ever
that's
heard. It just sounds like shitty
terrible.
Discord connection.
Yeah, no, this is terrible. I don't like if he can't see shit.
Hold it, I guess.
So what is? Does he want to hold a spell? Does he want to?
Oh, he's assuming I'm gonna hold an Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
yeah.
and what's the trigger? When someone appears, or
Yeah.
What are you doing?
wait? So when someone's in view, he wants to cast. Okay. Arj, you're up.
I mean the same example really. I
Oh.
really want to like be able to see because.
If you don't have a torch, you're not going to get vision on anything in this cave.
Okay, so if I
Dragonborn-
pull out a torch.
There's no source of light anywhere in this
Okay,
that
So
area.
I'm gonna pull out another torch and I assume it's gonna be an action.
Yeah. I'll say a bonus action. No,
Right, I mean,
that's
I'm
your
gonna do
action
it.
to
I'm gonna
to
do
pull it out and
light
light
it.
it. That's your
He can-
action. I'm gonna
He
say.
can light it with his breath, though. He doesn't have to like whip out a tinderbox and like
Well,
do shit.
does he want to use his once a day breath to light a torch?
I'm
Then
saying
I'll
just
let
like
it be a bonus action.
Just a little.
Well, no, but he's not a regular dragon. He can't just conjure it at will. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a full to pull it out, light it, make sure it catches.
I'm then gonna bless. like,
That's
around
a
the
that's a
corner.
full action, not a bonus action. Bless.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck, I forgot. I can't do anything then. I guess I'm just gonna.
Okay.
I'll wait for that next turn. Yes.
All right. So we got some gobos
Wait,
That
you don't have a
can
cantrip that does damage, Cat?
chilling. It has to be a bonus action. A lot of cantrips. are
Oh,
still
okay.
full
No,
actions.
never mind. You said it had a spell that does damage. I was like, what?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have any that are
Okay.
bonus actions. So this back goblin here sees Arj kind of peeking around the corner, and he's gonna take a shot at him with his bow, but you are behind cover, so he has disadvantage on the shot.
Cover?
13 does not hit. So the arrow kind of he fires it and it smacks into this wall right in front of you, Arj. You kind of duck back behind it, and then he kind of scampers off a little bit behind into this alcove. And then this other goblin, Arj, you see he looks at you, takes aim with his bow again. He fires with disadvantage, and he gets a, you don't hear anything all of a sudden, so you kind of poke your head around, and right as you do that, you get hit in the shoulder with an arrow. You take 8 piercing damage. And just as you kind of grunt as the arrow impacts into you, and you look back, and he's run off. So now, Evander, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna walk up right behind him and use lay on hands to heal him for 5 hit points.
Okay. Make sure you mark that off on your.
Oh yes, lay on hands. I'm glad this is the first time we've realised. Did you not lay on hands yourself earlier?
I can't.
You can't do it to yourself, I don't think.
No, I can't. I can only do it to other creatures.
That's a full action, right?
Yeah, that's my action. Actually, I still have movement.
Yep.
So I'm gonna move right over here.
All right. So as you kind of enter the cave, where you expected there to be 2, one of them's now gone.
Yep.
You don't know where he went.
Cool.
Leah, you're up. What do you want to do?
By the way, does this count as cover if someone attacks me from like right here?
All right.
No, if you were in that space, you could kind of hide behind it, or in this space
True.
here, you could
Okay.
hide behind it. But
Talking to
Like,
each other is a free action, right?
as long as it's less than 6 seconds of speech, you can't have a whole combo.
All right. I just want a quick update on like how many goblins are left right now.
One
Just that one man?
one visible.
Yeah.
others-
So Leah yells around the corner like, "How many are there?" And Evander, he checks and he just yells back, "There should be 2, but I only see 1."
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to.
And Arj pipes up and he says, "I saw 1 duck behind the corner right here."
So I want to get
Right
to
where?
where I can see.
Right here.
I think I can move here this far, right?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20. That's 30 feet right there. Yeah.
This is max.
Yeah. So you come around the
This
corner, you
guy-
see this
That guy
goblin
right
here.
there is behind cover. Yeah.
He's behind half cover, hiding behind that stalagmite.
Okay. Okay.
He can do it, but I can't.
Well, because of the positioning of it in the
No,
square.
I was saying if someone attacks me from here, with that, could that stalagmite in front of me be considered cover? Is what I was asking.
No, because he's close enough to duck in behind it. Is the thing. Like he's pressed right up against it, right?
Now I just had an
he's hiding in
idea
this little
that I wish I had at the
alcove.
beginning of the combat. Can I use message to talk to that goblin and try to persuade him, like lie to him and convince him, like, you need to be turning on these guys? Not your friends, not your friends. You could be more. We're gonna take you.
Goblin.
What the hell is that?
Back off.
What are you doing?
Yeah, you could do that.
So, like, I basically want him to turn on his allies, where it's like, we're here for you. We've chosen you. You're gonna be the next big goblin.
You want to cast message?
Yeah, I want to cast message and to talk to that goblin, try to convince him to turn on his friends.
Okay, so what do you say to him?
I tell him, like, you were bigger than this. We've chosen you. We've come for you. Out of all the goblins, you are the best goblin. We're here to
Alright,
make you the
give
next
me
big
a persuasion check.
the big deal. The biggest goblin in Legend.
They don't have to share a language. I
All
don't
right,
think.
persuasion. You
Yeah,
said, yeah.
He does speak it anyways. Yes. Persuasion.
Hey.
So you see this, and the goblin he's like looking around, really confused at this voice that suddenly appeared in his ear, and what exactly do you say? You say like you say what you just said, and as you're saying this, the goblin kind of turns to you, and just gnashes his teeth and growls at you, and doesn't look like he really believes you.
Well, I guess that's the end of my plan.
All right, so we got Mr. Delgado up now.
Well, he's gonna move up, and then
He can move to here with his movement.
Yeah, but then he's like in sight of like
Yeah.
every potential goblin.
But he can't stand up there. He has to be on
Okay.
this path here. So
Can he cast a spell from here? As well, I want his Eldritch Blast.
not if it's like a spell that aims. He doesn't have line of sight to him.
2 characters is rough.
Yeah, we'll pass it. We can pass him off to someone else, so you don't have to do 2 the whole time if you want.
No.
Is it be
He
here,
could.
then here?
He could move to there and then hide behind this with half cover, behind this stalactite.
Okay, I mean, otherwise I'm just not going to do anything. So yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay, so he moves to here.
Oh, alright, sorry, I keep.
Well, I'll put
forgetting
him. Well, I'll put him here, and he's behind that. He's like hunkering down behind.
Would Delgado see? Because I see the edge of it. I'm just trying to say, is this like?
Yep.
RP wise,
You can see into the front. You see that goblin. He's motioning with his hands, like pointing and stuff like that towards you guys. His back is to you.
Shield touch on the goblin in front of us.
Okay.
So this one.
Yeah. You form this spectral hand that appears right in front of the goblin and lashes out at him, but he sees you coming, and he kind of darts out of the way before it makes contact. Arj, you're up.
I'm just gonna move here.
Okay, and as you do, you come around the corner and you see the goblin behind you. It looked like he was trying to sneak around and kind of surprise you guys, but
Bonus action, I'm gonna heal myself with
Okay.
healing word, and then I'm gonna sacred flame the one that's behind us. Does he get disadvantage because he's like? Does he notice that I'm behind him now?
no, he saw you when you came around the corner. You weren't sneaking or anything, so.
I'm gonna cast sacred flame then.
All right. So that hits anyway, so like it always hits.
Yeah.
He does make his save though, so he takes 1 damage. So you create this icy or this blessed flame kind of with tinged with gold, and just launch it at him, and he kind of puts his back up against the wall, and it goes by, but it kind of takes off a chunk out of his nose. If anything, it just made him angry.
That's fine, I'll stay there.
All right, so the goblin in this room that you kind of saw gesturing with his hands, he moves and he kind of disappears, and you don't see where he went. This goblin here, hiding behind the stalactite is going to, he's emboldened by Delgado missing him, and he's going to take a short bow shot at him. 18 should hit. Yeah, so he expertly. This goblin is clearly a champion marksman. He kind of weaves the arrow. He peeks his head out and smacks Delgado right in the shoulder, and does 8 damage.
He got, what was it, 18 with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
He almost crit. And then seeing his success, he kind of he's happy with that. That's all he wanted, and he ducks back behind here. This second goblin is enraged at the loss of what he thought of as his beautiful nose. Charges towards Arj with his scimitar and slashes down at him, but in his rage, he's not used. He kind of smacks his arm against the wall, and it throws his attack off, and it kind of just like clatters aside helplessly.
Tell me he rolled a 1, so he's now prone.
Nope.
Damn.
So now we're back up to Evander.
Right.
Go get him, Eve. Go get him.
I can't.
I will say
well,
you
can
can't
I?
hit him from here, just so you know.
I know I
To
can,
this
but
outcrop,
can I?
yeah.
Can I walk into that little like area right there?
That little nook.
Yeah, I think I'll say you can.
Yeah, 'cause
shimmy
I
a
just
little.
want to smack him in
I'm
the
gonna
face.
say you have disadvantage to dexterity saving throws. You're kind of squished into that spot.
That's
Just to dex
wonderful.
though. Well,
can
I mean-
I just move behind him at this point?
You can't go through him.
Well, yeah, that's like way too small.
Well,
of a little spot.
he'll have an attack of opportunity as you move through this tight space. Like he'll be able to hit you pretty
Right?
easily.
No, I'm fine. Yeah, fuck it.
Because it's quite like you're not gonna run into dex throws. He doesn't have anything to cause you one. It's
Yeah,
just
I know.
like-
That's why I was like, I doubt they're just gonna cave in this shit right now. So,
No.
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and fuck yes.
Yeah. So this goblin, he's still kind of disoriented from his last blow that kind of just clattered off the rock, and you kind of expertly maneuver yourself in right beside him and crush him with this blow, and he is looking bad. Like he is really looking like he's hurt. His eyes are kind of darting around. He looks like he's about to run away.
Can I shout to Leah and say he's about to run to the left, like my left, her right?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Wait,
Oh, so I'm gonna go come off.
How,
I see.
How tall is the bridge? Because yeah, you could like hit him if he's running
The bridge
across
is
the
about
bridge.
it's about 20 feet up.
Ah, that's no
20 feet out.
problem.
Yeah, so you get
um,
really close and just hit him in the fucking head.
I mean, he is also gonna get 2 attacks of opportunity, and he does not look like he can run. Like he's looking around like he wants to, but
He's
you know,
about
he
to
can't.
accept
Alright,
his
so
fate.
never mind that. I'll say mean things to him. I'll tell him his nose looks ugly as my bonus action, and then that's it.
You gotta wiggle your thumb through your fingers at him and be like, I got your nose.
So what do you want to do, Leo?
That guy seems pretty cooked. That guy seems like he's onion rings right now.
Yeah, so you know there's one goblin here. You saw the one that was standing outside here run in and kind of disappear, and then you saw the one that was hiding here also duck into that room.
All right.
I feel like that room is dangerous.
Let's move right here. If I move right here, I get cover from this rock here. Yeah. No, probably not. That angle.
Yeah, no, you can duck in behind it. Yep.
All right. Well, I don't spy anything over there. I
Yeah,
see.
you don't see anything.
I see a box. I
so
remember
you
it.
You can kind of see into that room a little bit. You see what looks like a sleeping bag, and there's clearly light in that. You don't know what it's coming from, if it's a torch or a fire, but like the room is lit up, and you see up against the back some boxes, and you can actually you can make out they all seem to have the same symbol on them. It looks like a blue shield with a lion on
Ooh.
it. It's clearly a crest of some sort.
Have I seen this crest ever?
Castle.
Is it really?
No.
Looking at it, you recognize it from Gundren's. The place that you were told to drop the wagon off had the same symbol.
You mean Phandelver?
It's a store in Phandelver that Gundren had told you to deliver the wagon to,
Oh, a store.
and he told you to drop it off at the sign.
Well, I don't know what to make of that, so let's go back. Let's go.
Sure.
Leah
Get a
remembers this.
fireball ready.
Leah remembers that box and turns to the goblin. I kind of, almost want to make fun of him by doing a mage hand to slap him in the face, but no, let's just kill him. Let's just get that man out of here. So we'll do a firebolt. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Arj, who's focused on this goblin, hears this crackling flame and turns around just in time to kind of get his head out of the way as this bolt of fire flies by and hits the goblin right in the nose again. This poor goblin.
Nope. No worries, Arj. I'm good at curving
and
these spells.
The goblin turns towards you and his face is just black and he lets out like a little squeal and then just collapses down to the ground. He's dead. All right, Delgado, you're up.
Right. I'm
GTFO.
tempted to get Delgado killed just to prove Sean a point, but we won't do that because that's not fair.
If anything, it'd be more of a point to kill him when he's here.
Yeah, he needs to just leave. Because I don't know where safe is.
Quit putting him in the fucking water.
Delgado jumps in the stream like a slide.
What's the fucking difference between down here and here? Surely it's the fucking roughly the
Well,
same,
up
right?
here it's flowing quite quickly and is quite deep. Is the difference.
This water over here looks like it's just like a calm pool kind of. Maybe
This
with a
water
slight
here is
pool.
empty. That water here is empty.
Oh.
This
But this is
one
still
here
there.
is flowing. Like these rocks have been removed and it's flowing,
Okay.
and it's no longer restraining this waterfall. So the whole river is running quite a bit quicker now.
So
Okay.
if Delgado could go up here then.
Delgado. Well, no, because the
You
water
just said
from the
it's
second
running.
pool is filling that pool up and rushing through there.
Put the motherfucker like around the corner.
Yeah, but then what if fucking Jules was like, oh, a goblin just sneaks up and attacks you
Fucking
and
put that
fucks
shit here.
Delgado in the
Well, I mean, right now you kind of have cover and nothing can sneak
The
behind
fucking
you.
path goes here, so a goblin could just come fucking down here.
Yeah, but can you stay like right here? Because you get the cover from this rock,
Fucking
and then
that did
nothing can really
I
sneak
still
up
took,
behind
like,
you.
90
I mean,
fucking
if-
damage.
If you put homie here, your turn is next. You can get in front of him.
All right, what do you want to do?
He goes here.
got-
He goes here. That's fine,
Okay.
whatever. He can't do fucking anything else, so...
Okay, Arch.
Here's some ends. Arch is gonna run here. Here, that's okay.
All right, so as you round the corner, you see the one goblin that was hiding behind that stalagmite, kind of trying to tuck in behind the wall, looking for you guys to come around the corner.
I'm gonna move up on the steps a little bit. Is
Right now, just before you do anything else, can you give me a perception check?
Oh!
You see
as
through
you-
the walls.
As you round the corner, you feel you notice that you don't see anyone in this room, and you think that's kind of weird because you thought that you saw the goblin motioning, and as you kind of examine it quickly, you see in the boxes at the backside of the room a couple arms and legs sticking out, and the one goblin isn't even crouching down. You just see his ear like totally exposed, poking out. You see a dog hiding behind a stalagmite, like kind of just crouched down, being held onto by. At first glance you think it's a goblin, but upon kind of looking back, it's really big and furry and clearly quite a bit bigger. And so you and they were warned that you were there, but so they quickly tried to hide, but your keen eyes managed to spot them all out.
Because I have like a really fucking cool idea that would fuck them up, but it's not. It wouldn't be as effective as I'd like it to be.
He sets the room on fire.
That was my intention. Like,
Yeah, I
this
mean,
doesn't seem.
as it is now, you could. I mean, you still have movement left.
Yeah, but then I'm fucking in a room with
Yeah,
fucking
that-
5
yes.
mobs.
Correct.
I mean, in this
Well,
one, this is obviously like the main
you-
band
they-
of goblins.
You've spotted them, and they know you've spotted you, and so that as you're kind of standing in the thing debating, you see them start to kind of clamber out of their hiding spots. They're clearly getting ready to attack you.
Can I use thaumaturgy to create harmless tremors in here to make them? Because I would go. String goblins aren't that fucking smart. That like this entire place is like falling in. Would that be possible? Like it's not really a deception thing because I'm not speaking to them. It's like a.
You can. I mean, you can try. You can certainly try. Okay, so as Arj is standing in this room, the rest, Leah, the only person in view, kind of all of a sudden sees the ground begin to shake, but there's no noise. It's like an earthquake, but it looks like the ground's about to cave in. And the goblins are terrified at first, and then they notice it's not doing anything to them, so they just refocus on you and are.
Okay. Okay. Seems bizarre that all fucking 5. I'm not like disbelieving you. It's just unlucky.
No, whenever I do that, I only roll for one of them for each type. So I rolled 3 times for each type of thing that was in there, and they all. I mean, they're dumb, so they're not actually. They don't. What they thought when that started happening is, oh, it's like, oh, it's shaking, and then nothing happened to them, so they didn't really care.
Okay.
They're not smart enough to know that it might cave in. Is their issue.
I guess it's just shaking now. I don't know.
They're
I
smart
don't
enough
know.
to set up a waterboarding trap that can like flush out all this.
Word.
Well,
Word.
the goblins didn't necessarily set it up.
Yeah, we did hear that
Yeah,
human
so-
voice
so-
earlier, right?
So that's what happens. What do you want to do now? You have some. movement.
I'm moving here. That's
I mean,
okay.
it's a cantrip. It's not that powerful.
It just says
No,
harmless
I
tremor.
know. I'm just saying. I'm just commenting. On
It's
it,
okay.
not
It's
necessarily
okay.
blaming it.
My idea also failed. It's all good.
So this
Hmm.
goblin kind of runs up to here, and pokes his head out, and seeing Leah, the person that has engulfed so many of his friends in flames, he kind of flies
Mhm.
into a rage, and he turns and he pulls out his short bow, and oh my goodness, does he ever hurt you?
Why
he
is
pulls
no
it
one afraid
back.
of me?
He pulls it back, and just with the rage of seeing his friends and his pets, this goblin was actually the one in charge of taking care of those wolves. He wasn't very good at it, but you know, it was his job. And he just pulls the arrow back, and it cuts, and it actually impacts like right into your cheek and embeds itself into your face.
Excuse?
You take 10 points of damage.
They even have 10 HP.
And seeing this, Leah
Don't even
Are you
Crumples-
unconscious?
crumples to the ground. The unconscious. He rolled 2 20s in a row because it automatically rolls with like advantage. He rolled 2 natural 20s on it,
I roll for wild magic.
and then rolled a d6 and got a 4 and a 6.
Oh
So
my
Leah
God.
is on the ground, unconscious. She is,
Well, time to learn about death saves.
And then seeing this, the other goblins are emboldened. The one closest to you, Cat, or like right behind that one, takes aim with his bow at you, and he fires. But he was so excited seeing this person, his buddy just take out this adventurer that he it flies off in the wrong direction. Totally misses. So then out of the cave, just a massive, much bigger than the other goblin. He still has goblin characteristics, but he's much bigger and very hairy, and he starts clumping out of the cave, kind of charging towards the party.
Can we?
He
Can anyone
gets-
identify him?
You can't, but seeing him and he kind of this one seems more intelligent, and he starts yelling at you, and he says, "Who dares defy Klarg? Klarg will build a throne from your bones, puny
Is that-
ones."
Is that Klarg Gwent?
And
Leah lifts her head
as-
real quick and laughs because his name is freaking Clark.
and looking into his eyes, you can tell he's not all there. He's a little insane, and he keeps referring to himself in the third person, which is kind of interesting as well. You don't know why he's doing that, and as he's shouting this, you can see the goblins around him kind of turn and snarl at him. Like they're not. You can tell that he's a bit of a bully, and the rest of the goblins don't really like him. But so he kind of charges like his big steps, and he gets right up to there, and he just bellows and yells and insults and everything at you, but he clearly doesn't know how to use a bow. So and then you can see the other goblins kind of come out of hiding, but wary of these magic users that they've seen. Klarg turns to them and yells, "Stand back!" You know, he telling them not to group up, and "This one's mine!" And so they're fearful of him. They kind of hang back. You can see them getting ready their bows, but they don't actually attack at you at all. So Evander, you're up. So Evan, you see Leah just crumple to the ground, like this arrow sticking out of her out of her cheek, like that just came out of nowhere. She's laying on the ground, unconscious.
I'm gonna move here for now. Second. All right, Bugbear's right over there. Right. You said the goblins don't like him, right?
I mean, it's the you feel like you can see from just his mannerisms that he's clearly in charge. And it's not that they dislike him; it's more of a fear.
Right. If they're afraid of him and he
Yeah.
becomes afraid of me, they're gonna be afraid of me.
Yeah.
Bugbears and goblins actually are almost always found together.
15. All right, I'm moving right up to these motherfuckers.
Okay.
And let's pray this doesn't cause a TPK.
I'm actually like amazed that I almost didn't, like, I almost fudged that roll to kill Leah, but he rolled 2 fucking 20s and then a 6 and a 4. Like,
Yeah.
that is destined to happen there.
Oh my god.
I've been called in
Right.
by the goblin gods.
I'm gonna intimidate that bugbear. I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna rip Klarg's head off if he fucking talks to me like that again. So, or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm gonna intimidate him. Motherfucking cunts.
DC 14?
So you kind of bellow this back and bellow at him, and Klarg, without any hesitation, just kind of turns to you and he shows you his teeth and he says, "Klarg will make a throne from your bones, puny human."
All right, we're dead, guys.
And he gives you an unsightly gesture with his hands.
So that was 10. I still have 5 feet left. I'm moving around the corner here.
Now, as you do that, the dog that Arj saw kind of in the corner comes charging up, right up next to Arj, tries to give him a big bite right on the hiney. But as he goes to bite, he slips on the tiles are slippery still from some of just the spray of the water, and he loses his footing and kind of skids to the side and misses.
Smash
So
his fucking head in with a mace preemptively.
Leah, can you give me a death saving throw, please? As Ripper kind of loses his footing, you see Klarg kind of he's been focusing on Evan this whole time, but as Ripper kind of loses his footing, you see Klarg's, like, he's had this mask on of like intimidation, but it drops kind of, and he looks really worried as when Ripper loses his footing, and then he just starts glaring back at Evan.
Fuck with the dog.
I am going to use Hideous Laughter on Klarg.
Oh wait, this is Delgado. Fuck, sorry. No, he can't see Klarg.
Oh,
He can't.
right.
He can see. He can
Okay.
see this goblin here,
I'll do it on
like-
dog.
and the dog. Okay. Okay. So
Is that
oh,
30
wait.
feet?
no, sorry, it has no effect. So you cast this spell, and you conjure this illusion of just like trying to make him think it's so funny, and the wolf senses something, but he just kind of, he's guided by instinct. He's not affected at all.
Right, so they're 2 dumb. Right. Okay.
Yeah, like he wouldn't understand enough to perceive
There's a lot
something
of
as funny.
fucking these creatures being too dumb to actually fucking do anything. Okay, right, it's Arj's turn. Arj is gonna see. Can I move at him? Is he got like an attack opportunity if I would just move up here?
Nope, because you're still engaged with him.
Okay, right. Okay. So Arj is gonna his eyes turn red, right, with fury at seeing Leah just hurt and
Laying on the ground. Yep.
Yeah, fighting,
You're gonna
off.
use breath weapon.
I'm gonna use breath weapon, which should actually hit everyone.
Yep. Yeah, that'll hit all those ones in that thing. So
Do
they
I have
need
to
to
roll
take.
2 times for everything, or is
You
it
don't need to
just-
roll at all. You roll 1 damage. Just roll 2d6 for damage.
Ho ho ho.
Hmm.
Oh wait, that doesn't really matter because it's a DC save.
But you still crit.
That is crit,
So
right?
you
Yeah.
still do
Sweet.
the extra damage. Yeah. So the first goblin here gets hit in the face, and he stands tall and absorbs. He still is very injured, but he tries to stand up, and he's standing, and that's more than you can say for a lot of goblins in that situation. This second one, seeing his friend's resilience, stands a little taller as well, and he is also managing to stare down this dragon who's just engulfed him and his party in flames. Klarg, however, seeing his dog just take the full brunt of this, is he's shaken, and he takes the full face of 13 damage. But he takes it and he looks fine. He's singed, but you know he looks like he's okay. And then the wolf as well. You know he just growls at you and snarls at you as he takes this breath of fire. Can I just say every fucking single one of them rolled their save except for Klarg?
There's a fucking surprise.
19, natural 20, 18, and Klarg got 5. Even though they stood tall, they are looking rough. Like they're the one in front is totally hairless, no hair. The second one who stood behind him, he has like a blast imprint of the first one who was in front of him. Like that part's clear and everything else is black, and you can see the imprint of the goblin who was in front of him on it. And he is limping and he is injured.
Because I still have movement, so I'm just going to move like towards this way, like blocking off them from getting to Leah.
Sure. So as you do that, the wolf, Klarg's wolf, takes a chunk out of you, and you take 8 damage from his bite. He kind of latches onto your leg as you're leaving.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
And can I get a strength throw, please? Yeah. So the force of the bite almost knocks you off your feet, but you manage to keep your balance and disengage from the wolf. So now this front goblin, seeing the devastation that Arj just caused, he kind of turns and looks at Klarg and just runs right between his legs, and disappears into the cave.
About that.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, and so this goblin, fearing
You don't
for his
even need to
life,
see the damage.
well, he only has 1 HP.
Turns 16.
Turns to run, and Evan he just cuts off his arm as he's running by, and Klarg, seeing this goblin run, also turns and smacks him, and the two combined just crush him, and he falls dead. The second goblin, seeing this, he looked like he was about to run, but seeing Klarg punish him this way, he steals himself and he runs straight at Evander, and he tries to smack him with his scimitar, and he does for 4 damage. So he kind of one arm hanging limp.
What did he
the
get?
other arm slashes. He does 4 damage to you slashing.
No, what did he get as his
21.
motherfucker? Swear.
I have your AC on my thing.
No,
so-
I know. I'm just wondering.
That goblin has a scimitar?
Yeah, that too. I'm like, these are
That's
fancy
freaking
goblins.
well equipped.
Really fancy
mean,
goblins.
It's those supplies, isn't it? That freaking blue shield.
They're genius goblins to a degree, but when it comes to mattering, they're too dumb.
So now Klarg charges through this goblin, and he turns to Evander, and he's looking to finish him off. So he slams into you with his Morning Star, and he raises it above his head and brings it down directly into your shield, but just powers through it and still manages to. You feel like he almost broke your arm, and you take six points of bludgeoning damage.
Whew.
And you are so fucking lucky that he did 6.
I
'Cause
mean,
he
we aren't
rolls-
lucky at all. Are you looking at the fucking map? You're fucking dead. Fuck
He
off, we're
rolls-
really lucky.
That room was a
He
bad idea.
rolled-
I called it.
He rolled 3 1s for damage
Good.
out of a D8. He rolled like all 1s.
I mean, it's fucking irrelevant whether or not this room was a bad idea, because we would have probably had to go in here anyway, or they would have fucking just, oh, we're gonna walk across the bridge. Oh, we found you. Oh, they were aggro on you.
So
Remember last
these
time
other
they
two
thought we
two
left.
goblins, they saw their friends just incinerated, and they kind of take a step back. They're not really. They're looking to see what's going to happen. They don't want to get involved just yet.
Watching the Klarg.
So now it's Evan's turn.
Hey, what the fuck else can I do? I'm gonna attack this motherfucker. Suck my fat cock, homie.
Oh. Yo, your
So-
dice
so-
is loaded.
Evan, close
His
to
dice
death
are
as
loaded
he
with all
is,
his 20s.
close to death as he is, just locks eyes with Klarg, slices into him. How do you want to do this?
Oh, thank fucking God. This
The
guy's
tenacity
dead.
of a paladin
I don't even
triumphs.
care if I get knocked out. Klarg, yeah, he talked a lot of shit, and I said I was gonna rip his head off, so I'm gonna rip his head off.
All right, so Evan, he winds up to attack with his longsword, but and then he kind of pauses and he just drops it to the ground and locks eyes with Klarg and just one hand on either side of his head and just rips up, and you see like his already wounded a little bit from the fight, just rips his head off his shoulders, and Klarg tumbles to the ground.
Is everyone else afraid of me at this point now that I've taken out their little?
And seeing this, Ripper and this goblin just takes off running. Do you want an attack of opportunity against him? Soul, do you want to...
Before I decide that, can I know how his dog is reacting to this?
No.
You're a bitch.
Well, you wouldn't, would you?
I mean, why not? The dog is right there.
Yeah, but
things happen all at the same time. I'm just wondering.
no, they don't. Not in rounds, they don't. This is 6-second time periods we're talking.
I know. I mean, at the time that I ripped homie's head off, the dog and the goblin both saw that. Was he one of the ones I was looking? No, he was fine, right? Fuck.
No, he is looking rough. He is burned to a crisp.
Fuck it. I'll just do it.
All right. Yeah. So as he tries to run after seeing his, you assume leader decapitated, you pick up your sword and without any effort just flick your wrist towards him and kind of like you just slit his throat and he drops down dead.
Here I was hoping I used the head to hit him in the head with a head and knock him out.
Yeah, and and then again Ripper he turns and he growls at you before just taking off running. And these goblins as well start to run this way. So Leah, you're up. Roll a death saving throw for me, baby.
Okay.
Delgado is up. What does he want to do?
He's gonna move just here. Is he talking?
I will say, just so you know, one way to get someone up if you don't have healing is a medicine check to try to stabilize them.
That doesn't succeed, I guess.
You make it worse.
Delgado kind of takes a knee next to him, and you hear him kind of mutter under his breath, "I'm more used to dead things." And he tries to, he wraps a bandage up, but he doesn't actually like secure it. He just kind of wraps it, so it doesn't really help.
I lose 1 hit point.
Mommy.
Alright, well, fucking Delgado's end of the turn.
So Arj, what would you like to do?
And then I'm gonna
Put him
cast Sacred Flame on this one.
Yeah, so he takes it full in the face. He doesn't even acknowledge it though. He's running. He's fine though.
Was that not one of the ones that was hurt?
No, he didn't look very hurt to you when you fired it off at him.
And then I'm gonna just move over here. There, no.
So Arj, as you move there, you see the goblins jumping, just not even trying to climb down, just throwing themselves off that cliff that you were trying to climb up at first, just launching themselves off in an effort to get away from this madman that just ripped the head off their leader. And you see one actually quite nimbly land right on his feet at the bottom of the thing, and you hear footsteps as he runs out of the cave. The second one kind of does a little bit of a roll, but he also disappears and runs out of the cave, with Ripper close behind. With that, you don't hear any more sounds of goblins or anything. This area of the cave.
Thank God. What happens to her now that we're out of combat?
Yeah, it's her turn now. Anyways, so make a. So you fail. So you take.
Boy.
Just check off a failure there.
Leah does not smirk.
You're unconscious.
Leah is unconscious. Leah isn't doing anything.
Leah has trained her face to smirk at any moment, even unconscious.
So now,
get Arj to walk over and do a medicine check.
Yep.
Yeah,
fucking
things happen like that. We're all just surrounding her, like, oh shit.
Yeah. So you're able to stop the bleeding, and you see her eyes kind of open, and she goes, "What happened?" As you wake up, all you see your three friends kind of clustered around you, looking really worried, and you see just in the corner a headless furry goblin just kind of laying there with a morning star kind of next to him.
And I just look at my friends and go like, "You look like someone died."
Yeah, he did. The goblin thing did.
We're all pretty close to it. I mean, I can't remember what the fuck happened. I think there's a chunk missing out my leg. But
So-
you've got a fucking massive hole in your face.
Yeah, what's
I
up with
hold
my
the
death
homies.
wound? What's up with my death wound? What's going on with that?
They reset. You're fine
Yeah,
now.
you're fine.
Oh, it's clean? Oh. Dang,
Hold
you
up
guys
my
are
head
good
and
at
be like,
you
"This
guys
is the
make
guy
good
that died."
plastic surgeons. Nice work.
Well, I mean, you still got a nasty scar, but you kind of
Excuse?
put your hand up. you put your hand up to your face and you feel like a bandage that Arj put on there to stop the bleeding, and you can already feel like a little bit better.
I'll search Mr. Klarg.
Sure. So you give me a perception check.
Homie's got fucking traps on him. He's a suicide bomber.
Yeah. So you pat him down. He's not wearing like normal clothes. He's got pouches here and there. You find on him he's got a pouch with 40 gold pieces in it.
All right. Oh, by the way, with the starting gold, did you do that for us already? Because I had 10 in there. Is that right?
Yeah, everyone should have 10 to 15.
Okay, cool. So I have 50 now.
And also in his pouch, you find a key that looks like it would fit some sort of chest or like a lock. And that's all you find on him. He also has 2 javelins strapped to his back that look like they'd be in decent enough shape to use.
Sweet. So I'll add those to my list. All right. So that's nice and done. So
Can I eat
walk
it?
into the room.
Sure.
Eat
So
them.
so as you enter the room, you see sacks and crates of looted provisions piled up on the south end of this large cave. To the west, the floor slopes towards a narrow opening that descends into darkness, or into where your friends are standing now, and another
this?
opening.
What?
Well, so you see a large opening in the north that leads down a natural set of stone steps,
This.
and hear the roar of falling water where your friends, where you just
where I
came
came in from. Yeah.
And to your west, the floor slopes down to a narrow opening that descends into darkness, and you recognize
okay.
that as the thing that Arj was trying to climb up earlier.
Gotcha,
Right in the
gotcha.
center, there's you see the coals of a large fire smoldering.
I want to go in there.
Yeah. So we're all in here.
Yeah.
Can I?
Do I see
I don't
any
know.
rare spirits?
No.
No ale, no wine, nothing.
So this is all homies stuff.
Well, I mean,
right? Can,
you see the piles of looted provisions stacked up against the back wall.
Can I search for potions?
All right, I move over there. Go over
Where
there.
are you searching? What are you searching?
I'll search. Like the crates and like this.
Sure,
The
so-
general
so-
area.
We start
You
rummaging.
walk over, and you see, you recognize these as captured provisions that they clearly looted from other wagons and stuff that they attacked at the same place that you were attacked. And you see the symbol of the lion shield coster from Phandelver, which is where Gundren told you that if you arrived in town, you could go there to outfit yourself.
Yeah.
So someone in town would probably be interested about those. In addition, Evan, as you're kind of searching, you see a locked chest with a little padlock on it that clearly is not stolen. It looks like it was, they were clearly storing something inside. And you try the key that you found on Klarg, and it fits and it opens up. And inside you find 600 copper pieces.
So
110.
6 gold? No, that's 6 silver pieces.
Well, 600 copper pieces.
Well, fine. Yeah, that I have to exchange
Yeah.
it later.
For weight. It's mostly for weight.
Yeah.
110 silver pieces.
Okay.
A jade statue of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes. That you think you could probably sell
excuse me?
that?
Where do I put that?
Well, just in your
one-
pouch.
Okay, jade
weighs about-
statue.
Weighs about 2 pounds.
Alright, cool.
And you figure
Hmm.
you figure you could sell that to someone probably. And as you're about to close the chest, out of the corner of your eye, you notice in a little dark corner 2 potions of healing that you almost missed.
Thank God. How much are the potions of what do
Just
I?
regular potions of healing.
No, but I want to put in the mods or whatever, what it does, for the rolls, or you'll just tell us whenever we use them.
It's a specific.
There's specific rolls for the potions. It's
Yeah.
2 plus 2d4s or some shit.
Potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2.
There you go, that.
And examining it, it's a red liquid that when you kind of shake it and it glimmers a little bit.
Basically what I said, but backwards.
Flexible.
So potion of healing.
And there's 2 of those in there.
How much do they weigh?
Say about 1. No, wait,
1?
it's less. Hold on.
So 1 in
About-
total for both?
1 for both, yeah.
So I don't know if I can do 0.5.
Yeah, you can.
Can I? 0.5? It'll go down to 18. Oh, wonderful. I like this. Right.
Yeah, it's
so
your,
actually, I shouldn't even add that because I'll walk over. I'm giving Leah 1 potion of healing, and I'm
Okay,
giving
so Leah
Delgado...
roll 2.
No. I'm handing.
it's
I'm
just-
handing.
Oh, okay.
I'm just here you go for when she goes down. I'm giving one to Leah, and I'll give one to
Evan walks over and hands you this vial of red liquid, and as he's handing it to you, and the liquid kind of gets agitated, it shimmers with a little bit of like it almost looks like flecks of gold.
I lick the bottle.
What?
It tastes like dirt and slime. It's been sitting in this
You gain
gross.
1 point of health.
You're diseased. You take
2d20s.
So
per
So
turn.
as you're kind of rummaging around these things, you hear activity kind of booming through the walls, but it's far off. There's clearly something still here, but it hasn't been alerted. You don't think? Because you spent a long time fighting. They would have shown up, and you think you probably have enough time to catch your breath and relax before you move on. You remember?
Did I find anything in this spot over here? Rummaging?
You look. It's all provisions that you're not super interested in.
Dang.
You think maybe you could tell someone about them in Phandelver, and maybe someone else like the Lion Shield Costier would probably be interested in knowing where their goods went. But
Yeah.
it's too heavy for you to carry out of here. You'd need a wagon.
By rest, you mean like short rest, or can we do a long rest while taking shifts?
No, it's much too early. You don't feel even the adrenaline pumping through your veins, and even though you feel safe for now, you don't feel safe enough even with a guard you don't know these caves well enough to know if there might be a secret entrance you don't know about or what. So
but we can't take a short one, use our hit die.
Yeah.
Because I got 2 HP.
Yeah, so you guys can all roll your hit die. You all only have 1. Yeah. So you guys, you take it pretty easy. You kind of nap. You cook up a bit of food. Not enough, like just from what you find in the provisions. So what do you want to do? You hear a little bit of activity. It's far off. You can't really make out what it is, and it's really hard even because of the water in the west part of the cave.
Can I pray to my deity?
For guidance?
Sure, what do you say?
What do I say? I'm gonna pray, just be like,
What do?
I forgot his name.
Yeah, he's not happy about that.
Shut up, he doesn't know.
You take a knee. To kind of clasp your hands together and begin to pray, and then you realize you don't remember his name.
Tempus, I know his name.
It's just a brain fart. Just a moment.
It was a brain fart. I was, I'm shaking. I'm like, I pray to him. I'm like, Tempus, please.
Is it an understanding God?
Help.
And so you do this. You get down on your knees and you wait. And there's nothing really happens. There's no indication. You don't know if he heard you or not. But
don't get inspiration.
Due to how highly religious Arj is, he's also gonna pray to Bahamut.
Sure. Yeah. So during the rest, the two of you both kind of take a bit of time to recenter yourselves and say a few words, thanking your respective gods for delivering you through.
Roll for religion, just see if anything happens.
You feel you're pretty knowledgeable with religion, and you know, kind of in your mind, that really this is more for you than the god. It's kind of more to center yourself mentally. Yeah. He doesn't really respond unless it's a dire need, and you don't expect him to respond. So you're not surprised when nothing happens.
But do I feel my god, like the way that you would feel like Bahamut's presence? Because I'm new to the order. I'm like brand spanking new.
You don't. You think you might, but you don't really feel. You don't feel anything different.
Okay.
But you yourself feel. You feel emboldened, better. More centered. You feel like you're after that rest. You because it got a little hairy there. You were a little worried. So you feel like someone was there watching over you.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So I guess we should head on over across the bridge before things go down. Maybe.
Sure.
Party. Agree.
I'm assuming this is kind of the order you're going in. I'm just.
Most likely.
Leah recently found out that she can be killed in one hit by a goblin. Probably not a good idea to let herself be a target right now.
Can I roll?
Leah is still shaken.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Put me back. Put me back.
Okay.
Or whatever. Fine. On the bridge. Can I roll stealth?
Sure. Evander is kind of
Sorry.
sneaking along, and Arjun, Delgado, and Leah are just kind of stomping, chatting with each other.
Y'all could at least roll, like just to
Not
see
being
what
very
happens.
sneaky at all.
Leah's just kind of thinking of how to protect her face from more arrows.
Like,
Yeah, I'll
Fuck,
roll
yo.
for stealth, and I'll also roll for stealth with Delgado.
may as well,
I
yeah.
mean, I have -2 dex.
Look at that. Look at that natural 20.
Haha.
Unfortunately, it doesn't actually matter if it's natural.
Yeah, I
or
know,
not.
but still, like,
Yeah,
it's
it's still
like,
good.
meh, meh, meh.
Yeah, so you guys are trudging along. Arj, Evan kind of turns around and he doesn't actually see Arj. He's so like stealthy right now.
He's like a lizard on the
Delgado,
floor.
however, is like Delgado's like tripping over rocks and
He falls
uh,
off the bridge and dies.
he sees a rat and he lets out like a yelp like and just all around not very stealthy. But
Yeah, I didn't get a natural one. That's not. That's not
no. So as Evan, as you kind of round this corner, you see some natural light in this cave, and as you round the corner, you see a goblin. He doesn't look bigger, but he seems to be better outfitted than the rest. He's standing up on kind of a ledge, and you see a few goblins kind of down below.
Only
kinda-
these two in my immediate vision.
Yeah, but you
Okay.
can see he's clearly talking with someone. They're sitting around a fire, and as you round the corner, a stench hits your nose. It's hazy. The air is hazy with the smoke of this cooking fire, and just the pungent smell of like poorly cured hides and unwashed goblins kind of hits your nose and almost
Alright.
causes you to take a step back. And you see it like a bedroll, and the light you can tell is coming from a campfire. And as your torchlight kind of illuminates the tunnel, you hear a human voice call out. Now that you're closer, you actually recognize it as Sildar, the human that Gundren had escorting him.
Right.
And
Oh.
you see him. He's tied up
Mhm.
next to who you assume is the leader of the goblins. He looks a little stronger and he has a bit better equipment. And he's kind of standing up on top while the other goblins
Right.
do that. And as this lights up and Sildar kind of lets out like a gasp.
No!
The goblins turn
Before
to you.
that. Oh my god, I wanted to do shit before that.
No, they saw
Ah.
Delgado, unfortunately,
Happened too quick.
and but
They
they don't immediately
Okay.
they don't immediately go to attack you. You see the goblin leader.
Oh, I still have homie's head, by the way.
Okay, sure.
I kept his head.
You see the
Morning
goblin.
star on his body.
You see the goblin up on top sees you, and he immediately runs over. He picks Sildar up by kind of his jacket, and he holds him over the cave. And now that he's kind of in the light, you can see Sildar's badly beaten. He looks like he's just clinging to life. He's not doing well. And Sildar, you can hear the goblins talking, and Yimik, you hear his name, the goblin leader, holding Sildar over the edge. He says, "Truce, or this human dies."
All right. So yeah, I don't have weapons drawn.
And as he says this, Sildar kind of in and out of consciousness. He said, "Don't trust him," and then he kind of falls back unconscious. And Yimik is looking to you, waiting for your response to his. He says, "Truce, or this human dies," as he's holding him over the edge of the cliff, and you see the drop could very easily kill Sildar.
Has
Oh,
Leah been
fuck.
seen?
Yeah, the whole party
Okay.
has been.
I want Delgado to say that he isn't worth much to us. We don't really care about him. Try and convince them that it's a useless bargaining tool and it won't matter.
Leah
As you
calls
say
out.
this,
Okay.
yeah, sir. Well, I mean, Yimik looks at this 28-year-old man who looks like he's about to die from old age, and he doesn't seem to really care. I think he knows the value of this prisoner, and he's got. It looks like he's gotten all the information he wants, and now he's looking for more. And he can see the glint in your eyes that you do care about him.
Okay.
Right.
Leah
mean-
calls out, "What do you mean by truce?"
Yimik, hearing you kind of.
Like, does he want us to just
Listening.
leave, or?
Well, Yimik is not used to it, but he pulls him back from the edge a little bit. He doesn't let him go, but he's not directly over the edge. He's out of danger a little bit now, and Yimik tells you that he is the second in command in this hideout, second to Klarg, and he wants
Great.
you to kill Klarg, and telling them that
that's
he'll
what I've been
release
trying to do
Sildar
this whole time.
when they bring him. I'm literally reading from the thing when they bring back the bugbear's head.
Literally, this was what I wanted to do since I walked in.
I'm
I
so
wanted
glad
to
I called out.
hold the head up and be like, I've killed.
And seeing this, you see Yimik's
man.
eyes light up like in glee. And Yimik says, he's obviously quite excited because he is now de facto in charge now that Klarg is gone. And as soon as he sees the head, he grabs Sildar and holds him over the edge again.
What the fuck?
And he turns to you and he says, well, now that that's taken care of, how much will you pay me for this human?
Perfect. Second thing I wanted to do, I'm pulling out the Jade Frog.
He sees that and he recognizes it from the stash, but he knows its
Doesn't
value.
want it?
He says it's not enough. He wants gold.
Gold. How much gold
wants-
do you want?
You turn to him and you say, how much gold for his release? And Yimik, you can see him thinking, the wheels turning in his tiny goblin brain as he thinks like he's hit the
He's gonna
jackpot
say
here.
something stupid.
And he turns to you and he says 500 gold.
Okay, all right. Not many people have 500 gold.
Can-
How about 50 gold?
And Yimik, you say that, and Yimik, hearing that, he gets angry and he lets go of Sildar, and Sildar falls, and is knocked unconscious from the fall.
Freaking
And the other
Eve.
goblins charge towards you. Roll for initiative.
Eve, you are not good at this.
My name's not even Eve, bro.
I'm gonna call you Eve. Dang. I wanted to suggest like maybe you just intimidate that man, be like, I killed Klarg, I'll kill you too,
That was
Hold
gonna
up
be
the-
the next option if you rejected 50 gold, but I didn't.
Should have
get there.
opened with that. Screw the 50 gold. Ain't no one going to be like, oh, 50 gold, alright, no, you gotta just scare that man.
Yeah, because I knew the goblin's mind.
Come on, it's a goblin. He wanted 500. You dropped 450 gold from what he wanted. Like, there's no way.
I doubt he really, put that much thought into the words 500 gold.
He just heard someone say it once. Is like, 500's a number. That's good.
Yeah,
Give me that.
For all I know, he could have thought
Making
he
life
could have thought
equation.
50 was more than 500.
So you see Sildar in ropes just tumble off this cliff, and he
Right.
hits his head, and he's knocked out and he's unconscious.
Oof.
And Arj, he knows medicine, and he realizes that if they don't help him soon, he will die.
Right.
So meanwhile, the other goblins, Yimik kind of yells to the other goblins, "Get them!" And the other goblins stand up, and Yimik pulls back his short bow, firing towards Arj, who's suddenly in front. Are you supposed to be there, or are you back there?
I think he retracted his decision to walk up.
Yeah. Firing into Evander and hitting him in the shoulder for 3 damage. It kind of glances off the scale mail, but still you can feel it cut into your skin. And Yimik, he then moves and he kind of hunkers down behind a stalagmite. Arj, you're up. You've never gotten this quick in your goddamn life, Arj. Did you roll for Delgado?
Ropes.
Wait, where's Leah?
I
Leah,
keep
roll.
forgetting that. Freaking. I don't have to click on my character for anything else except just the initiative roll.
I always have my character clicked now.
I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame on this dude.
On that guy? Okay.
Fucking, I'm not moving up into that. Fuck that.
He
wrong
does,
one.
he doesn't make his save, so this goblin he's charging down he starts to charge down the corridor, and as he rounds the corner, he just takes a flame to the face. He's still standing, but he's not looking good. He's shaky. He's crispy. All right, Evan.
I'm gonna javelin that goblin that he tossed something at. Wait, oops, I rolled with disadvantage.
It's just an 11.
Or-
It's an 11 anyways.
Yeah.
So you launch a javelin, and it kind of
Yeah.
it clatters to the ground just ahead of him. You needed to put a little more strength behind the throw. Leo?
Am I like behind partial cover because of this little wall thing?
Not really.
Great.
Maybe.
Alright.
Well,
You can't.
the only way to shoot
At the
a
back, you
goblin,
can't see anyone.
the only way to shoot a goblin is to stand in front of everyone, become an open target.
Oh
Well-
yeah, shit. Oops.
Glory,
Do you
glory
do you
in
wanna
battle.
move, Evan? I'll let you move now if you want to.
Me? Yeah. Yeah. So you can get a view.
I mean, only 15 feet. Surely we have to run in there, cast spell, and move.
Oh, yeah. You can run in and cast
Yeah,
spells
sure.
and come back. Fuck off. I'm sitting there.
Oh, this is much narrower than I thought.
So that was 20 feet of movement, by the way.
That's 15,
Awesome.
isn't it?
No, because you don't do diagonal. You count squares. So 1 through Delgado, 2 through Arj, 3 through Evan is 15.
Like a
and then
Tetris
5
piece.
into Leah.
Glorian battle, no problem. Here we go.
5,
So-
10, 15.
Look, where
It was 50.
5
It
and
was 50. I get it. I
15,
get it. I 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 get it. Let's go.
All right.
this one is crouching behind a stalagmite, but you can still see him. And this one you can see pretty clearly.
All right. All right. So the guy that I can see clearly, that man's getting a firebolt. Oh, yeah.
So it crushes into him,
Oh,
sends him flying
yeah.
backwards.
I'm nailing these firebolts left and right, no problem. Oh,
2.
no. Oh, no.
So you can see he's reeling, but he's okay. Roll a d20.
Oh, yeah. Good looking. Good looking out. Dang it.
All right, what do you want to do now?
So I don't know. I'm just gonna look at Eve like, not really in a good position here, Brooder.
All right.
And that's it, I guess.
So now this goblin starts charging, and he runs up and he takes a swing with his scimitar
At who?
at
The
The
person in
girl-
front.
the
The
girl
little
one.
girl.
Reaction, motherfuckers.
okay.
Nope.
Ooh.
I doubt it.
Evan goes to hit the goblin, and he misses him, but he manages to get his sword out and blocks the goblin's strike, and it doesn't hit Eve, or I mean the other one, Leah.
My name's not
I'm
even
in the clear?
Eve.
Yeah.
Good. Eve! That was a good move! Nice!
This goblin, he kind of lines up. He lines up an arrow and he takes a shot right at Evan. Evander. How do you want to say it? Evander?
Either Evan or Evander, but no part of my
Okay,
name is Eve.
I've been saying Evan, haven't I?
That's
I
fine.
mean,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but Leah's kind of goofy. You know, that man's,
I mean,
that's
hey,
Dragon
wait.
Man. That's
The
Del
arrow-
Taco.
The arrow whistles through between the other goblin's ears and smacks Evan right in the chest, and you take 5 piercing damage. So that one kind of moves up, and he can't get a clear shot, so he just he has his bow out ready, but doesn't get a chance to do anything. Same with the rest of these ones. They're kind of just clamoring, and they're all rushing in and kind of climbing over each other, and in doing so are kind of getting in each other's way. So now it's up to Delgado.
yes, Eldritch Blast.
Oh, so we don't know where the dwarf is yet, right? We only know where this dude is? No one knows about the dwarf
Yeah,
yet?
you haven't seen Gundren. You saw his horse. Yeah, so this tendril of energy kind of materializes. Which goblin are you targeting, by the way?
The one in front of Leah.
Okay, just kind of materializes in front of this goblin and forms this hand, and you see the hand. It kind of just winds up in like a spinning motion and just sucker punches the goblin right in the face. And you see lightning kind of course through his body. Yeah, and the goblin just like his eyes go blank and he dies.
Actually, I'm gonna move here so Leah can move back.
And then you kind of look over and you see Sildar, and you see him. You think you see him move, but you can't be sure. And then Yimik, seeing this one goblin incinerated, kind of goads the other goblins on, yelling at them like, "Get them! Get them!"
No, don't!
And he just peeks out of his thing and kind of spits in your direction, and then peeks back, and he doesn't really do anything.
Coward.
Arj, he doesn't have a clear line of sight.
I haven't got any of my spells because I have 2. So Sacred
Yeah.
Flame on this one.
Yeah, so this goblin, he's already injured, and he kind of rolls just to the side to get out of the way, but it still hits him dead in the face, and he kind of slumps to the ground.
Awesome.
And seeing that, this goblin kind of he backs up a little bit.
So that's the end of my turn. So I guess it's
All right, Evan.
Evan.
Life.
We got skirmish.
Fighting music, boys.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours after
I'm
the fight
just
started.
I'm just gonna. I guess I'll just try to jab it in this motherfucker.
Yeah, so you pull back your arm to throw a javelin, and just at that minute, Leah kind of turns and just bumps your arm, and it just clatters to the side.
Excuse?
I'm gonna move here. You should still be able to get out, Leah. But I'm gonna move there, and I'm gonna ask Delgado for his potion. If he could give it to me later.
Leah,
Well,
you've just seen your stalwart paladin shrink away from combat like a little baby.
oh my
Pretty
freaking.
much. When you're at 4 HP, you know.
Oh, Eve. What happened, Eve?
I don't know who Eve is.
Don't. Hey. Hey, listen.
Not
I
my
don't
name.
know.
What do you do?
Alright.
Not my name.
Alright, well, I don't think there's much to do other than fire off another firebolt. Here we go. Here we coming. So that this goblin in front that's most visible to me.
So it just as it engulfs him in flame. Roll for damage. He's almost knocked off his feet from the impact, and you see little fires are kind of still burning in his hair, and the smell of burning hair kind of fills the cavern. And he looks hurt, but he's still standing for now.
Alright, now Leah kind of gets in position to run at them. Smirks, goes like, "See ya!" and freaking runs back over there.
The goblins, kind of seeing you start to run away, turn their attention to Sildar and start attacking him.
Awesome.
Sildar is moments away from death. Arj, like the only one with vision sees the goblins just hacking at Sildar's unconscious corpse, and he can tell that one more hit and he's gone.
Eldritch Blast again on Snowbalin. Hopefully he takes some damage.
Sure. So you materialize this hand, and the goblin with his back turned to you, almost by accident gets out of the way of it as he goes to club Sildar in the head, and it flies by him. With that, Sildar dies. He passes out from his wounds, and he kind of looks to you. He was moments away from getting up before these goblins jumped on him and beat the life out of him. So he's dead. Seeing this, Yimik takes aim with his short bow at Delgado and hits him dead in the chest. Critical damage and rolled awful. He takes 5. Arj, you're up.
Sacred Flame that guy.
Yeah, so that goblin gets hit with the full force of it and just crumples to the ground.
Oh fuck, I forgot to give fucking Evan fucking
Might as well have
stay here.
Delgado drink it next turn as his bonus action at this point.
He's gonna try and face tank a little bit, so he's gonna stand in front of him.
Right, using full movement, I'm rushing in right here and I'm gonna attack this goblin.
Yeah, and as you do, you crush into him and in a charging kind of knock him back, knock him into the wall, and just drive your sword into his belly, and the life leaves his eyes. And as you do, you see Sildar kind of twitch. What you thought was death was really just him playing. He was feigning death essentially to try to get the goblins to stop beating him. So there may
Cool.
be a chance to save him still.
Yeah, so I used my full movement to get there, I'm pretty sure, because it's zigzagging through the cave and all that bullshit. So
Leah?
that's my turn.
Alright.
Throw some of that fire, girl.
No.
Alright.
Alright. That looks like a good movement right there. And then, would I have any
You can
problem?
make it to here. You can make it to here.
Can I? Alright. Alright. Are these the last 2 goblins right here?
That you can
Yep.
see.
I can see. Great. Is this guy with the fist
Secret
that one
ogre
dude
right
in?
here.
This is Sildar.
So, okay, but the one with the fist, that's
Leader.
leader
the
man?
one that, yeah, Yimik, the one that was trying to negotiate with you.
Okay.
Terrible negotiator. Gold does a lot.
And has anyone hit leader man?
No, Yimik's been cowering behind that stalagmite ever
What a
since.
punk.
you
And I
guys
imagine
started
he
out.
is cover from my angle right now. He is cover from my angle right now, right?
I mean, you could hit him, but it'd be at disadvantage.
Right. Okay. So I'm going for the easy target.
Also, the one that's beating on your buddy.
I thought he's dead.
No, as you walk up, you see that he was just playing dead to try to live.
Freaking Leah's impressed. Like, this guy's nice. Good moves.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you launch this bolt of fire at this goblin, and he's been wailing on Sildar up until now, and he turns to face you and just gets a face full of fire. He's still standing, and he doesn't look too hurt, but he's been hit.
But right in the face, though, Leah gives a little smirk.
Yeah. And that goblin who just turned after getting hit in the face completely runs by Evan and takes a swing at Leah. You wanna
Nope.
do your
Come at me,
reaction?
brew.
Yeah,
Get
so
chopped
as
in
the
half,
goblin-
bitch.
As the goblin runs by, Sildar just sticks his sword out and so
Sildar?
it's touching the wall. Or sorry, Evander sticks his sword out so it's just touching the wall, and the goblin runs into it and slices himself in half almost. And then
Yes.
the two halves fall to the ground before he could even reach Leah.
Leah gives a big smirk to
Delgado
Eve.
up.
Don't know who that is.
Take the potion, I guess. So it's at 2d8.
No, 2d4 plus 2. Does he want to do anything else?
Yeah. How's
That
it
was
going?
just his
bonus.
Yeah, he's
boy.
gonna Eldritch Blast, big boy.
Yeah, so Yimik kind of, who's been hiding this whole time, pokes his head out, and right as he does, he gets an ethereal hand, and it just pokes him in the eyes.
What the
2 fingers in the eyes.
Yeah,
Hey,
and he
that's
kind of
pretty
reels
good.
back.
Okay.
Does he give out a girly whimper?
No,
Aw.
No.
I don't think he's capable of that.
the goblin, seeing it, Evan kind of weak, pulls out his short bow and takes a swing at him, but his vision is still kind of off from the hand, so it just whizzes right by him and misses.
Thank God.
You did that on purpose.
And you see Yimik kind of run behind here and then disappear from view.
Oh boy.
What a bitch.
Oh boy.
So we're out of combat right now.
No.
What?
We just can't see him,
He's
but
still
he's not.
here. You just don't know
Oh.
where he is.
Whatever, bro. Let's go, Arj.
Arj,
Fucking, he's gonna go in like a champ.
as you enter the room, you see Sildar lying unconscious now, again for real. Not dead, but unconscious. And you don't see any sign of Yimik anywhere.
And I tell Arjun, don't worry, he's just a good actor. He's really good at this. It's very convincing.
And as you walk up to him, you see Sildar bleeding from, and bruised and like lumpy from all the beatings he's been getting. What do you want to do?
Yeah, but he's toughing it out. He's a
I'm
champ.
gonna medicine check him.
Yeah, so you're able to stabilize him. He's still tied up, but he's no longer unconscious, and he kind of sits up, and just as he sits up, he says, "Don't trust him." Trying to warn you about what you already know, Yimik not being very trustworthy.
I slapped him in the face and told him to shut up. We've dealt with it.
Hit him
What
so
a
hard
rude
that he's
dude.
Knocked back unconscious.
I would need to do a strength.
Yeah, Dragon Man, be careful. You're huge. You're a huge Dragon Man.
And you see Sildar looking around. You notice he doesn't have any weapons, and Sildar is kind of looking around, looking for his sword. But at quick glance, you don't see it anywhere. So,
Keep that man sitting.
Evan, what do you want to do?
I would like to rage.
All right.
No.
Really mad
Rage
you
loot.
can't find this goblin. The blood rushes to your face, but other than that,
You just start
Yeah,
hitting
I'm
a
gonna move
rock.
to the stairs. Well, I guess now I'm absolutely sure that the goblin's not there, or he's hiding in the corner. Can I
No,
toss a
he's-
javelin
well,
in the
he's-
corner?
where would you like to go?
I just want to throw a javelin into that corner,
Sure.
just in case he's like trying to hide in a shadow.
Roll the attack.
I'm gonna roll like a fucking 20. Nope. Never mind.
So
Well-
you throw and it arcs right into the corner, but it just clatters. It hits
Yeah.
the side of the wall and clatters to the ground.
Okay. That's it. And my turn.
And the javelin gets thrown back at you.
Okay, Leah.
Well, I wanted to go on that staircase, but that's taken. So
You can move through them.
I don't think I can go that far though.
You could try to climb up that thing. It's
Just climb up this. How steep is that cliff?
about 15 feet. It's
Woo.
steep. You'd have to climb, but it's pretty rocky and craggly. You could probably find some handholds.
I don't think I can. I don't want to risk climbing that thing right now. So I'm just gonna go to Eve and toss him my potion here.
Wow.
Dude,
Well-
we got 2 4s and now 2 1s.
Well,
Wow.
All right.
At least I'm at 8 now.
Yeah.
I'm
I think
halfway
that
there.
potion was jank, dude. That didn't seem like a good potion.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
shouldn't have licked
that
the
one.
bottle.
The first
That
one was a brilliant. The first one was a brilliant red. Now that you think about it, the one you just drank was kind of a brownish color rather
It
than a
wasn't
reddish
actually
color.
gold. It was yellow. There might have been pee in it.
Yeah, you're
That
not
wasn't a potion.
really sure.
The
You may have
goblins
just
might have
drank like
peed
a
in it.
vial of dirt or something. You don't actually know, but you feel better. So
Whatever.
I will remind you, and it's the only time I'll do it. You can do a perception check to look for hidden people.
That was gonna be my next thing. I just wanted to toss the javelin and see if I hit something invisible.
Yeah.
He's just trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Are we still okay?
And Sildar is still tied up. He kind of turns to you. Maybe you could untie me.
I'm gonna perception check.
Keep.
Invisible people.
Give me a perception check, baby. Quickly scan the room, but there's a lot of crags and
Gables
wall
around, yeah.
you hear footsteps, but they seem to echo all around you. And you can't figure out where they're coming from.
Can I cast level 8 Eldritch Fist or whatever it's called and ignite the whole room and kill us all?
What? It will kill us all.
Yeah, but
Using your level
I
8
might hit
spell
the
slot.
goblin.
So Sildar kind of turns to you and he's struggling with his ropes, but he's not able to untie himself, and he looks a little pissed that you've ignored him this whole time.
sorry,
and not
sorry,
untied him.
Sildar. We're in a turn-based system. We can't do it that quickly.
Sildar
And
freaking.
as you do that, Yemek kind of suddenly leaps out from behind this rock where he was hiding, and he takes a shot at Arch.
Freaking hopped out
with
from
his
behind the
short bow.
wall.
In the cramped space he's in, it just kind of, it's really hard to aim, and it just whizzes by.
I dodge out the way of this arrow, and I'm gonna like fling an eldritch sacred flame with my 2 fingers. I'm firing off like a pistol.
As Yemek's kind of leaning around to see if he hit you, he gets a blast of flame right in the face, and he kind of ducks back behind the cover.
Evider, I suppose, can probably.
I'm gonna untie Sildar.
I see him going to untie Sildar. I'm like, hold on. He just came back. He's just stabilized. We don't want him hurting himself.
He can run away. Like, I'm untying him.
Doesn't he have
so
cover
he's
with the cliff?
Now free.
I'm
No,
untying him.
Not at all.
Dang
I'm
it.
untying him no matter what.
Yeesh.
All right, so Sildar stands up and he kind of nods at you and thanks you, and he starts to look around the room for his stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's running away.
If I move here, can I take cover behind the stalagmite thingy?
We'll put you there and say you're behind it, yeah.
All right, cool.
Otherwise, you're engaged with him and you wouldn't get covered because
Yeah, he'd be right there. I don't know.
melee.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, okay. So
yeah.
that was my action, right? That wasn't my bonus. That was an action.
no, that was a full action to get down
Cool.
and figure out the knot.
They're doing some back and
Alright.
forth where the goblin looks to the right side, and then Eve
Alright,
looks to the
Leah.
other right side.
You see
Get
Yemek cowering behind the stalagmite. Yeah, so I mean you're close range. He has nowhere to go in that corner. It hits him square in the back as he's kind of crouching down behind the stalagmite. And now he looks very, very injured, and he turns to you and he says, "Truce, truce!"
What the last time you what? Excuse?
Delgado's turn, and Yemek kind of is on his knees begging. He has his hands up, and
Duncan's gonna walk up to him.
Okay.
Here, and he's gonna
Yeah.
do an intimidation check, if you will.
sure,
Oh,
I'll give you an
damn.
intimidation check.
Use his beard as a tool.
He's gonna say, "Tell me where everything is, and we will spare you."
Sure. So this goblin is prostrating himself on the floor, begging for mercy, and Delgado walks up to him, and he's about to intimidate the shit out of this goblin, and as he's about to do it, his voice cracks, and this goblin kind of looks up and laughs at him.
That's
Did
what
he
I
accidentally
natural
use whatever is laughter, the spell?
He's even in the state he's in, he just looks at you and laughs.
So from now on, everyone remember, natural one is anything between 1 and 10. Just watch out. from
Okay.
now.
That wasn't a natural one. It
A
just,
natural
I
one
mean,
would probably be he would get an attack of opportunity.
he's already terrified. Like he's not going to be any more intimidated than he already is, and a 9 is pretty trash. So now Sildar gets up and he runs over. He's searching all these sleeping bags, trying to find his weapons. So that brings us to Yemek, who again He turns to you and says, "Truce! Truce! I want a truce!" Do you say anything, or do you just... And so he says that, and he gets no response, so he lashes out with his scimitar at Delgado, and it cuts pretty deep, and you can see Delgado is a little worse for wear. He takes 5 damage. Umek just laughs at him. He knows he's gonna die. He's ready for it. Arj.
Okay, this I would do a persuasion check, but fucking I have nothing. So
Let's kill his ass.
he isn't going invisible anytime soon. He's not gonna kill us, so we might be able to like potentially convince him to sign and then kill him.
What?
Right? Like,
You can tell Umek is not in the mood for... He asked if you would...
I mean,
you
I don't
talk
give a
with him,
fuck about Emic at this point. He got.
No, we're not
14
trusting
captured.
Yemek after that first.
Yeah, but he's not expecting... He's just lashing out, as trying to take anyone down he can with him.
So you're saying, as DM, I would be wasting my time trying to convince him.
No, I'm not saying that. You can certainly try.
What there's just
You
thing,
trying to
like, we're
convince
not-
him of...
We're in a like, just tell us if there's any information. What happened to the dwarf? Like, there's loads of stuff we could potentially learn.
That's good. What happened
Yeah.
on the door?
Sure.
I'm
Yeah,
just
do you
saying,
want- do you
like,
wanna
we
ask
can
him that?
kill- We can kill him no matter what. He isn't getting away. He can't go invisible. George said so. Like, he's surrounded in a corner. What do we
Yeah,
do?
I mean, he doesn't have an invisibility spell. He can just hide, and he can't hide if you... Like, there's no way he's getting away from you when
Yeah.
you're surrounding him.
So I'm also going to do intimidation just to like.
I will say, just so you know, you don't have to kill someone if you can attempt to knock someone out with the damage, and then
I mean, at
tie
this
him
point,
up.
I just want to kill this fuck boy after we get the information because he cheated us. So let's cheat him.
Sure. So you want to give me a persuasion check? Yeah. So this goblin is thoroughly beaten. He is very worse. The
I
worst for
I
wear.
also do say that we'll let him live. That's a very key part of my
Sure.
persuasion.
Yeah. So what do you want to ask?
I have 2 questions really. The other
Sure.
members of the party can chime in. A, what happened to the dwarf? And B, are there any other goblins that we should be aware of that may ambush him?
Okay. So you ask. You say. You turn to him and you say, "What happened to the dwarf that was with the human?" And he turns to... He kind of looks... He's lying on the ground now. He looks up at you and he says, the dwarf and the map, they were delivered to King Groll like they told us to. We took the human and held him here in the eating cave.
Well,
Did you plan on eating him?
No, just this is their eating cave.
Were you just going to kill him then, or were you?
Do you want to ask him anything else?
I mean, the only other thing I said I wanted to ask him is whether or not there are any other traps that we should be aware of, and reminding him that this is his life at stake.
Yeah, he turns to you and says, "No traps." And then he kind of winces, and then he says, "Okay, 2 traps." And he tells you that there's a pit trap and a snare trap, but those are the 2 that you've already seen on the path on the way up.
I laugh, and he says, "You call those traps? They were more like a child's plaything. I mean, other goblins. Are there any other goblins in the forest that could ambush us at any point?"
He said there are none. He turns to you and he says, "None from this cave." And he says,
Arch turns towards Evander and then taps me on the shoulder and says, "I think he's had enough." And then he's gonna
"Okay,
walk
you don't want to ask him about anything else?"
No, well, obviously the other 3 members of the party can go ahead, but
Sure.
Arch is done with him.
I think he's had enough, as in I'm gonna kill him now, or I think he's had enough, as
Or
in we should capture him now.
I mean, Arch in his righteous mood would say
Oh,
we should
right.
kill him, but like he's committed evil. He judges people's actions, not by their.
Yeah. No, I just want to know what you meant by he's had enough. Like we should leave
well,
him
like, I don't
alone,
know, it was just me
or
saying, like, I mean, you're more than welcome to ask more questions or what.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
obviously,
cool,
he's
cool.
in a state of like answering questions at the moment. So if anyone
Cool.
else has an idea, then...
all right.
So the goblin leader, now first in command, he was second in command, is just whimpering on the ground as Arj walks away. What do you say?
Me?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're
I
the
don't know,
only
'cause
one there now, so.
It was still Arj staying on the turn order, so I was just
Oh, well,
waiting.
we're done with
I
that.
think,
Oh,
yeah,
well, in that
like,
case-
pretty much.
Well, and, yeah, was gonna
real
say-
quickly, I ask him, "Hey, you got any alcohol? Any spirits, ales, wines, anything?
He looks at you confused. He has no idea what you're talking about.
You don't drink make you dumb. Drink that make
I'm
you dumb."
gonna-
Yeah, he just looks up at you. He has no clue.
I'm gonna kill him by shoving my shield into his mouth and ripping his head off like that.
Okay, as you're about to do that, he shouts out, "Wait, I know something else."
Literally
Okay,
Captain
what
America
else?
over here.
He says
Yeah.
he says that Klarg received a message from King Groll a couple days ago, and he says that there was a messenger who told him someone named the Black Spider was paying the Cragmaws, that's them, they're the Cragmaw goblins, to watch out for a dwarf, capture him, and send anything that the dwarf had back to King Groll. And Klarg followed the orders, and Gundren was ambushed and taken, and that they found a map, and the goblin doesn't know what was on the map.
Black Spider, you say?
All right.
That immediately makes me think Drow.
Paid
And-
the
and
goblins for information about the dwarf.
Hmm?
The Black Spider paid the goblins for informations on the dwarf, basically.
Yeah, so the
Okay.
reason that they've been attacking the trail, he says, is because someone named the Black Spider paid them to find a dwarf.
And the Black Spider is supposed to be a single man, or?
Just someone named, he doesn't know anything about him. And
Yeah.
the way he's never dealt with him, he's only heard of him from someone he keeps calling King Groll.
Okay.
And that's the same King Groll that he said earlier that the dwarven map were delivered to.
Hmm.
Cool. Cool. So yeah, I had my shield there, and like my shield kind of stopped, but
Yep.
like right under my shield, I'm shoving my sword in his mouth.
Okay, roll for attack. Yeah, so you just through his mouth, and just the final breath as he collapses to the ground.
Can I make a medicine check on Sildar just to like make sure that he's okay? Like he's in a natural state. I mean, we had like a small glance, but I just want to double check if there's anything that could. potentially
Sure,
cause
you can do a medicine check. Yep.
What a glorious battle, my friends. Loot that goblin.
Yeah, so you tell Sildar to lie down on one of the little mattresses, and you give him a once over. He, I mean, other than obviously being quite injured, you can't really do anything more for him now. He just needs
But
rest
he
and
seems in
to
like
heal.
a semi-stable.
Yeah, I
state,
mean he's conscious, he's alive, he's not about to die anytime soon. He's limping, but he's alive.
Anything
and-
interesting on the goblin?
Yeah, so you search the goblin, and you find he has a pouch on him. He's carrying 26 gold pieces.
All right, I'm just gonna go sit on the
do a
stairs.
Check around all these like I would assume they're boxes, or I don't quite know.
Those are, you look at them, they're like sleeping mats almost. They're really thin. They wouldn't be very comfortable, but it's.
Can I check see if there's anything like hidden around here, like underneath a mat?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
While he checks that side, can I perception this side?
Sure.
Or is he just doing the whole area?
So I'm doing
you
like.
You can both give me a perception check.
Up here.
Yeah, so you both look around. Evan is like lifting up the mats and kind of combing through the rubble. You don't find anything else.
Cool.
I wonder over here.
As you're doing this, Sildar wanders over to Ymek's body, and he picks up his scimitar. It's not a very good weapon, but it'll be something for him to defend himself with if he has to. And he says to you, if it's all right with you, I'd like to join with you and travel back to Phandelver. I still owe my life to Gundren, and I'd like to help you find them.
Right. Of course. Of course.
Weren't we
Should
told that these people were fairly like mysterious?
He was quite open when you met him in the tavern, and he hired you for this job. The one thing that when you asked him more about what he had found, he didn't tell you, but it wasn't like he was keeping it a secret. It was just he didn't want to go around, spreading rumors. But
So
you didn't
Sildar know about that? No, I'm just curious.
Sure. No. So yeah.
Like,
You guys turn to Sildar, and you ask him like, well, what do you know about any of this? And Sildar, he says, all he knows is that he knows a couple things. He knows that Gundren had a map, which and you remember that is the map that Ymek must have been talking about that was handed over to King Groll. And he says the map showed the secret location to a place called Wave Echo Cave. And Sildar says that he thinks Klarg sent the map and the dwarf to the chief of the Cragmaws at a place called Cragmaw Castle. He doesn't know where that is, but he says someone in Phandelver might know. As he's thinking about it, he says, a goblin might know, but and then he kind of he looks around and they're all dead.
Well,
Shrugs his shoulder, and then he says, he heard the name the Black Spider, and he heard that the dwarf had been brought to the Black Spider, but he doesn't know who or what that is. He also tells you that Sildar he has a contact in Phandelver who's a human wizard named Yarno Albrecht, and that wizard traveled to the town 2 months ago to establish order, because the town has no. It's a little background about the town. It was a pretty thriving town because of the Wave Echo Cave and the forge that was there, until orcs came and razed the town. And just recently, it started to be built back up, but there's no official like mayor. There's no militia. It's just kind of run by the people. And recently, he tells you Yarno was sent there because some bandits have started to kind of take over the town. He hasn't heard from Yarno in a few weeks, and so he's worried, and he says he'd like to go to investigate that. As he's talking about that, he fills you in on something called the Phandelver's Pact, which is a pact that was made between the dwarves and the gnomes of the area to use wave echo mines to kind of establish a bustling town, and there were rumors that in that cave there was a forge of souls which could enchant weapons of power, and Sildar's not sure, but he thinks that might be what Gundren found.
Okay.
And you know, and he apologized. He's not. He says he's not trying to hide anything. He's still a little woozy from the knock on the head. So.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's no like.
And so he asks like he asks if he can join you on your way back.
I'm
Yeah,
down
of
with it.
course.
Welcome to the group,
Yeah.
Silver.
Sure.
Ask him if he thinks we should rest here or if we should go out into the woods.
You ask him, and when you say stay here, he shivers and he says, honestly, I would do anything to get out of here. And he tells you about a wonderful inn in the town. He says it shouldn't be more than a 15-minute ride.
All right.
Okay,
From here.
off we go then.
And
I guess it's settled.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to the
We'll
caravan.
stay here.
So all of you get 275 XP.
On top of that, okay.
That's a level up, ain't it?
Yep. So
Is that-
you should all be level 2 now.
Apologies, it's 4 a.m. What's 275 plus 75?
Did he say 200? It's
That's
300.
350, so we have a 50
350.
overflow.
Okay.
But keep it. Don't like overflow. Just keep the total.
Oh, just
number.
350?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you're level 2. And
Oh boy, back to the books.
we'll end the adventure here for today.
Yeah.
So all of you can read up about what to do when you hit level 2 and do all that until next time. So before we all take off, when do we want to do this next?
Right now.
ASAP.
But
Yeah.
I think we should shoot for at least 1 a week minimum,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
and aim for on average 2 a week. This one was a pretty long one. This one was like 5 hours almost, right? I guess 4 hours because we started late.
Four-ish. We started late, yeah.
Yeah. And then, was there anything else? Like, did you guys enjoy it? Did you?
Yeah,
I thought it
was-
sucked.
I mean,
I mean, that's valid.
Nah, I mean, I don't know.
like it seemed like a little bit too hard at some points. Like we were really struggling. Like, there was
The
like some
difficulty
level
seemed just right, actually,
one
to me.
I
I mean, it's not a
don't know.
real glorious fight unless someone dies.
I mean, yeah, but we're not really looking for the glorious fight. when we're
I'm
fighting.
all about the glory. That's
Yeah,
my
I'm not
ideal.
looking to have someone do death saving throws every single time we get in combat. But no, it was good.
Like I enjoyed it. Like don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that like
I mean, level 1's tough, right?
Yeah, level 1
Level
is
1
tough.
sucks.
We don't have any crazy shit.
But now we're level
especially when
2.
you don't have like a real tank, because paladins are tanky, but not early. They're not. And this was designed to be very tough.
Good.
Yeah.
Like
Just
the
like,
whole
I don't-
point. The whole point is to teach you not to fucking run in and just try to face tank shit.
it definitely was enjoyable. It just at some points.
No,
like,
but I mean that's like I want to. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear, because like, it's. I don't take it personally. It's important to know. So.
the only thing that comes to mind is I think I'd like a few more rollings. Like for example, when we were like trying to bargain with that guy,
Mhm.
and like he just kicks it down all of a sudden. Like we didn't roll for any like persuasion or intimidation or anything. Like he just did it. Like I mean, I know like not every like encounter's going to be that, but like I don't know. It just seems like I think it would be more interactive and enjoyable if we had a chance to like stop.
Sure.
I think it would be more enjoyable overall if there was more interaction with like rolling for like persuasion and stuff like that.
A bit more roleplay.
Yeah, I mean, the issue with role playing is we're all like a bunch of like introvert nerds, so we don't really want to like.
Well,
get
no, I
get
mean the
too
main
much.
issue is that we can't see each other. You know,
So-
you can't do like the critical role playing because you can't.
Well,
do
A,
the
we're not
motions.
professional voice actors.
Well,
and
yeah,
B,
but I mean, like you can't even attempt to because you can't get the motions down and like the.
Yeah, we can't see
It
each
has
other.
to be the descriptive type of role playing. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep that in mind. There were a lot of things you could have done. You know, the way you handled it just meant that you didn't do them. So there were actually a lot of options for where you could have avoided fights.
is fine. I just mean more like in conversation, like
Sure, I mean,
that,
yeah,
it
no,
starts
and
being, like,
I
progressive.
get what you're saying. One thing that you could have considered, like you were saying, like with Yimik in particular, how he just tossed him off the cliff. He was never going to negotiate with you.
Yeah.
If he would have threatened Sildar's life, and if you had then gone and killed the guy and brought his head back, like after, he would have still demanded a ransom, and he
Yeah.
wouldn't have accepted any ransom you gave him. But yeah, no, I mean, it was the first one, so obviously
But you know,
everyone has a lot to learn. So
except for that one lucky arrow, I was clean. I was not
and that
getting
was
hit.
that was hilarious. Like
That was so
he
messed
literally
up.
could not have rolled better. Yeah, one thing that I kind of was describing things the same a lot. I felt
Eh.
like I needed more variety and stuff
Well,
happening. But
improvisation can be hard.
Oh, bro, for 16 episodes, fucking Hail of Thorns has been the same description.
that's because when he doesn't know, he just reads off the description. Sometimes it's important to describe things the same way so that players can notice things without you having to tell. Like, so if I
Mhm.
describe poisoning the same way every time, you'll start to recognize what poisoning looked like rather than me saying he's poisoned. Like, I know there are tons of ways I know I can improve, right? Like,
Sure.
so it's not like I don't take it personally at all. I want to get better at this, and I want you guys to tell me like what you want out of this, right? Because my job is I'll have fun regardless. My job is to
Mhm.
make the game that you guys want to play, right? So if you like, you know, if you want a game where there is no diplomacy, you just want to cut through people, that's fine. I can do that. If you want one where you barely ever fight, I can do that too. I just need to know, right? Like if you're rolling for every little thing,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
it takes away from the fun of rolling well or poorly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, there are circumstances where you're not going to be able to convince someone.
tried once to convince a goblin. Didn't work out. Didn't think it would probably work ever, so just didn't bother doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe next time she sees a group of goblins, she'll be like, "This is a different group. Maybe there's one of these goblins."
Well, and I mean, goblins are kind of
dumb.
Like they're one step above like wolves doing anything. They're just kind of.
I just don't want to keep doing fireballs.
That was a lot more fighting in one day than you should expect.
Yeah, no, I can imagine.
That was kind of a.
Well,
that
we
was
need to
very
get
linear.
that fast level.
Well, it was very linear. Like you didn't really have an option. Yeah, but
That was great.
I think that was pretty good for a first one.
Yeah, no one died. I'm surprised. And there was like I think it was like 2 or 3 times where I was like, "We're fucked. We're dead,"
Which is kind of what I was aiming for.
which is good.
Because I want you to be afraid. Like I want you to feel like every combat is like a challenge.